Ladies and gentlemen, live from T-Briz Studios, it's the Adult Baby Show.
I'm a sweet boy.
I'll let a girl suck any part of me. I mean, honestly.
It's just in my mouth, just.
Oh, like, I'll try anything once.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except getting to work on time.
You just ruined my day. Fuck your day.
Oh, let's get the feet involved.
It's not a nut. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud with you.
Some people
Yeah.
are absolutely
Uh-huh.
disgusted by me.
He ain't lying.
Are we recording?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 252. I am B.
Chick.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Neil.
There he is. He's back.
I'm back.
How you doing?
Today marks the day I'm on more episodes than Chris. This is the one. This puts me over the edge.
I don't even think Chris knows who we are anymore. I don't.
You were like, lose my number, and he was like, who is this?
He's like, what?
He already lost your number.
He was like, new phone. Who?
He's in Spain right now, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he's a
I
world
saw-
traveler.
He's like, he's all over the place.
He just goes from country to country getting mugged.
Yeah, pretty much. So here we are. You're the reason we're here.
Well, I mean, you guys record here.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
but
also
you're the
true.
reason that Ryan is a part of this. Like
No, Ryan is a reason he's a part of this.
Ryan is, of course, but we. I think our first time. Do you listen to this?
All the time.
Okay, cool. Because we always we
You guys talk about me so much. It's so
well we give you
invigorating.
Your flowers.
My flowers?
That's what the
That's
kids
what you
say.
guys call it?
Yeah, right.
Oh, all
That's
right.
what the kids say.
You've heard this, Ryan.
Huh?
Yeah. No, I feel it feels good. It feels nice. Are we recording this visually or no?
Yeah, that's your
What
camera.
do you
right
think these cameras are?
I
And
didn't
the- and the-
honestly
and the
like I
lights,
didn't even
like,
notice the
so-
camera.
Thank you. I was not I thought it was strictly lighting the first time we did it, and they
Yeah.
made fun of me. I didn't see the camera. I'm also blind, but I didn't see the camera in the light.
So you're not on camera at all?
I'm on that camera right there.
Oh, look at you.
So you thought we were just trying to light you really good for our own benefit?
Oh, that's a valid point.
Yeah.
I'm a big dumb dummy.
Well, the problem is you're being followed around by cameras all the time now.
Yo, literally,
knows.
I had someone come to adjacent just to follow me around with a camera.
Dude, can we get into that?
Into what?
Give us the
the ego?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm out of control right now.
Yeah, give us the adjacents.
No, I did that fest over the weekend. It was fun. It was sick.
That looked awesome in that
It was
crowd.
sick. It was so sick. Christian McKnight put it together. Like 25 years of hard work culminated at this, and he did a killer job. It was Blink 182, Paramore, Turnstile, Japanese Breakfast, Coheed and Cambria,
Yeah. It was,
Jimmy Eat
it was,
World. I mean, name them. It
Yeah.
was sick.
I mean, for the people who are fans of that music, it must have just been.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was bonkers.
Were there a lot of new fans? Like
Lot
looking at it,
of across the board.
across the board, young
Yeah,
kids.
yeah. I had people come up to me and be like, "There's a lot more older people than I would expect," and then I had people come up to me like, "There's a lot more kids than I would expect."
Yeah.
It was.
Most
it
of
was,
the bands are 20 years old. You know, so
No, because
not most, but the
no,
big-
I
but
mean
the
it was
big
like
names.
half and half. Because Zulu's a newer band, Soul Glow's a newer band, Mannequin Pussy, Loveless, Pink Shift. There's like a lot of newer bands, and then bigger bands like what we just said, and then like other like older bands like Folly's like a legacy band, and
I don't know
Motion
many of the
City.
newer ones.
Somebody was talking to me about Mannequin Pussy last
Wow,
night.
dude.
They must be like
Wow.
popping off, huh?
I think that
Wow.
was when it got announced. I think that was the first name I said. I'm like, I would love to see Mannequin
Wow.
Pussy. And I'm not even a big fan of that. Like,
I
that's
don't
not
know
my
Mannequin
that's
Pussy,
not,
but
that's
I-
not really my genre. Like the whole festival itself is not really my. Like I just didn't grow up
Right.
with that. But they're a band that I was like,
that
that's
band
the band
is-
I would want to go see.
That band's gonna do things.
Yeah?
For sure.
I would like to see Paramore, Blink 182. That's the ones. Like
I had
I don't know many of the newer bands, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
I had no interest, but that was yeah.
Fair enough.
It was cool too, cause so the main stage was like across from us, and then our stage was next to like the other smaller, so like our stage just ping ponged back and forth, and it was just homies. It was just like friends like that I've had forever, and it was just like the one day it was like, it was Movie Life, which I put out their record in like the early 2000s, and then Incendiary, who like we played baseball with in growing up, and then Folly, who is this band from Jersey that like we used to play shows with, and then on the others, and then Motion City, who are like my best friends, and then I Am the Avalanche played on those stages, and like those are my dudes, and like Jack from Bayside, who's a homie, he played with Avalanche, and then Mike, who's like the reason I moved to Oklahoma City, he played with Motion City, and like it was just like.
Were you the only comic?
I was the only.
I was just gonna ask you, the only the comedian there.
Yeah.
How is that? Do you have it so weird trying to make? I was like, everyone's there for music.
You've done this. You've opened for bands.
I've been opening for bands for a while now, but I mean, it's weird, and like, I mean, it's just not conducive to comedy. You know what I mean? Like,
Would you have liked another comic on the on?
no, I'm glad I was the only one, to be honest. Like a little greedy, yeah, yeah. But it was, I mean, but it was fun.
It gives the audience a reason, like, oh, there's a reason why this guy's here. Let's listen.
Yeah. 'Cause, like I'm part of that universe.
Those festivals sometimes will have like a comedy tent, and then that's like, it's hit or miss. I feel like you're not going to get.
Yeah.
People don't go to comedy festivals for comedy.
Yeah, they're not curated for that.
Yeah.
Whereas like this was a curated event where it was like, oh, this guy makes sense.
So you did 3 5-minute sets.
We did 3 5-minute sets.
Do you feel like you could have got longer? Like, was that
no? Those kids didn't want any more than that.
Okay.
In fact, one of the sets I actually jumped like 4 and a half. Yeah. Well, don't tell them. I don't want them to pull back my check. But
you just said this, and you know it's just being filmed and recorded.
Yeah, but
I don't think
no
Neil
one
knows
there's
where
gonna
he
watch
is.
it.
He doesn't realize his cameras. He doesn't realize it's recorded.
So insulting when somebody comes on your podcast and they
I know.
start saying things they shouldn't say in public. Like,
Don't say that to anybody.
No one's gonna know.
no one's gonna listen to this. We're fine.
Like the people we just walk into during the street, we get more listens.
It makes sense for me to be on it because like I was saying, because I do like those like weekly updates on my website to like let people know where I've been, what I'm doing, and in this coming up, I say like I felt like I belonged, you know what I mean? Whereas like I don't often feel like that. Like I often feel like not like imposter syndrome because like I feel like you have to think you're something special to feel like an imposter, you know what I mean? but kind of like that, like where I never really feel like I should be where I'm at. Like I'm always like, oh, these guys are all pros and I'm just trying to get, you know what I mean? And this was something where I was like, oh, I should be here. Like hugs from everyone, just
That's
all
great.
love the whole weekend. Like even the fans, like they've seen me, they've seen me with Motion City. They've seen me with Taking Back Sunday. They've seen me with Bayside. They know that I'm coming, that I'm doing the I Am the Avalanche show coming up. They know that I'm doing that I did stuff with Thursday. They know that Steve's from Thursday's producing the special. Like they know this stuff. And, cause they're fans of this genre. So they know, maybe they don't, maybe not all of them, but like a handful.
But
and
some
enough,
people.
yeah,
enough to make you feel like if you don't know, like look around, like other people know.
Yeah. Enough that I came out, and then people were there. Not for me, but like Nick Bruce, who books Wisecrackers and Wilkes Bar. Like we're homies. Like we go to concerts together all the time and stuff. And like he was there, just like he would have been there regardless. And so then, like, when I get added to the bill, he's like, oh, sick. Like, we're going to make sure we catch him. So then I look out to the crowd. There's, like, a couple familiar faces. And then, like, I got this dude who's like, fuck yeah. And it's just like, it just feels great. Like, and then I look to the side on the stage and it's like all homies just, like, lined up. You know what I mean? And it's just like, oh, this is, like, even if no one here laughs, I know, like, I hear behind me, I hear laughs. And, like,
I feel like this hit at a perfect time for you.
Oh, I needed it. I was gonna.
Yeah, I saw him Thursday night, and I'm like, I really hope this festival goes well because this could be a make or break. And by I mean make or break, I mean life or death.
Oh, thank God
for Neil. So when I saw the pictures of him, like, I'm like, all right,
yeah.
Yeah.
Thursday definitely. There was
you
a
were
couple.
in a bad spot.
What night?
Well, you reached out to me Wednesday,
Wednesday night
dude,
was
and
a bad night. That was the night.
So
If I survived Wednesday night, I was like, all right, I'll
Dude,
make
see,
it.
now I feel awful because I had a bad Wednesday night myself.
Oh man,
and
we could have commiserated.
Like, so but I like
I would have drove you to the pier.
I went home and like you texted me. I was already in bed and like sort of falling asleep.
Yeah.
And then I woke up. I was like, oh shit. Like I texted you sorry the next day.
Yeah.
But like I didn't know you were in I was like, why are you
Well,
even
because
here?
I didn't.
It was an unexpected text.
Yeah. And I was an unexpected bad trip. You know
Was
what I
it?
mean? It was
Yeah.
like an unexpected I just had a rough
See, now I
day.
feel worse because like I could have springed and been like, all right, let's go out, let's grab some, go to the
I
diner.
don't. Nah.
You know how it is.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, I know how it is. If it was crisis mode, no one would have heard from me.
I think sometimes Neil feels worse. Like
Bothering
he
people.
came over, and I think when he left, he was like, "Now I bothered him for the night. Like now he
Yeah.
feels worse because he feels like he ruined my night. Like and I'm happy just to hang out and be in misery with you, but."
Yeah.
Sometimes it's almost better if you don't show up because then he's like, oh, at least I'm not bothering.
Yeah.
That's really it. Yeah.
Well, that's how it works, though. You want help, but
Yeah.
you don't. You want to reach out to people, but you don't want to hear from them. So it's
Yeah.
so fucking slippery slope. But we're glad you're back and you had a
Yeah.
great weekend. That's what
I had a
matters.
good weekend.
That's
yeah.
amazing,
So let's
dude.
keep
I'm
talking
so
about how
happy for you.
horrible last week was.
I
No,
don't
this
know how
week.
to deal with mental health. So.
Yeah, me neither. Unfortunately.
I know. I've been in this podcast with a mental health guy for
Well, that's what,
3 years.
we don't
so-
have any answers. We just listen, keep
Yeah.
trucking. That's it.
I just think I mean, not to make it about this right now, but I just think it's funny when people are like, if you ever need me, call. And it's like, yo, 100% of the times I call, people are like, oh, I'm sleeping, I can't answer the phone. Or
Exactly.
like, oh, my wife's next to me sleeping.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, don't
I
tell
take
me to
that
call.
personally. You said 100% of the time because I know I pick up something. I know I
not
pick up most of the
100%,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
I
there's
think
people
that,
who pick up, but I get what he's
Yeah.
saying. Sometimes you do call someone, it's like, I was too busy, I was this and
Yeah,
that, and you're
yeah.
like, oh, it's,
Yeah. I heard someone do a joke a while ago where it's like, I like being the suicidal person in my friend group because I know that everyone's going to answer my calls.
That's great. That's great.
I think that's either John Wallen or Ashley Bartlett. It's an Oklahoma comic. But yeah, no, the festival was outrageous. It was outrageous, man. It was just like so much fun.
That's awesome, man. The pictures look great. I'm
Yeah.
really happy for you because
Yeah.
especially since I didn't pick up that night.
Yeah.
Thank God it went well.
And it's been like, there's been some good stuff lately too. Cause it's like, the headliners that take me out, like all those dates have been going well. And, and I just did a weekend with Ashley Gavin and that's like bonkers good. And like her crowds are just another level of good. And so like, yeah, it's just been fun lately. And then we'll do the
keep on
special.
raining in the positivity, man.
Yeah,
That's what I
we'll
was
do
gonna
the.
ask you, did you promote the special when you're out? Like come out to my taping?
I mean, barely. It's so
it's
hard.
Germany, it's
It's so hard 'cause-
Jersey, but it's not that close. But
Yeah.
I'm sure people traveled from close to where you're gonna be filming.
I mean, I said it out, thanks to everyone being here. Thanks for the sand showing up. And then, I was like, hey, I'm filming a special. All right, give it up for Motion City soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like everyone's just like loud and it's just like,
You brought them straight up.
yeah. So it was I'm the Avalanche, and then I went up before this band Happy Fits that I never heard before, but people seem to like them. And then the second day brought up Motion City soundtrack, and that was a cool day too because it was like on the stage we were on, it was Incendiary and then Motion City, and then on the other stage was Movie Life. So it was just all homies, and then like I said, Mikey playing with Motion City is just like an additional homie. And then, Dubin's there shooting it. Christian's there hanging out, like watching his work. And then I brought an entourage, and it was just so dope. It was
I
just
can't
so
imagine
dope.
being the sole, like the head of that thing and seeing it come together. And then where it's like your with every minute that passes, your responsibilities dwindle a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's like I can start to really just enjoy myself
Yeah.
more and more as it goes. And then by the end, you got to just be.
Do you think
Yeah,
that moment ever happens, though? That you really enjoy? Like, do you think they were able to enjoy it when you're
Yeah.
running it?
When the last band
Yeah,
is
well,
on.
yeah,
they're
I
like,
guess.
Yeah.
Like as long as what's that? They had that the Fire Fest. What the hell was that festival?
Fire
That just went
Fest,
to
yeah,
shit?
yeah.
It's like we've done better than that already.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even
Well-
Woodstock at the end when they burned it down. At the end, though,
Yeah.
the last song
Yeah.
played and then they burned the place down.
Yeah, that's true. No, I mean, it went smooth.
What part of Jersey? What it was on the
It was
shore?
in Atlantic City.
Atlantic
It was
City.
on the beach in Atlantic City. Like the photos, like the ocean's right there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's me, audience, ocean. It's nuts.
Dude, the videos were amazing. I'm so
it's-
jealous,
yeah.
but I was like, I don't think I could do that.
Listen, I didn't think I could do it either. I was just excited to be on the flyer. Like that was the biggest part for me.
That's-
Was like being on the same flyer. I was like, I don't even need to go.
Yeah.
But like you said, you're more of that crowd than B would be. But you might be able to. You'd probably do better at like a Backstreet Boys festival.
That's not true. No, I think you just
can
need
see you doing
experience
that.
in that. Like you've been doing that for a little while.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I opened for Take Back Sunday in December of 2019.
Yeah.
That was like the first like big like rock concert
Mm-hmm.
for me, and then since then, I mean, I've done, easily 100. You know.
Do you have different material for those than you would a normal show?
I mean, I hate to say yes, but yes. And it's not different, it's just a little censored. So like especially you have 5 minutes and like people aren't always paying attention. So if I just like throw a Holocaust joke out there,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like people just hear the one word and they're like,
Who the fuck
the
is this?
fuck? And then it's like taken to Twitter, you know? So I gotta like really like
I didn't even think about that.
I gotta get to the
Yeah.
point quicker.
Yeah.
So
Any inside stuff? Like to the bands, the festival,
so
the scene?
yeah, I mean, I have some inside stuff that I didn't do there because I just didn't feel like it was not intimate. So there's no like camaraderie with the audience. I do have a joke about I Am the Avalanche, my friend Vin's band, and I'm performing with him twice in the next couple of months. So like we joked about it and I was like, "Oh, this is the joke I'm going to bust out." And he was like definitely like so like there is like some, but there's not. I mean, it's so hard. Like Krakow, Coheed, and Cambria joke. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like I have 5 minutes, all bangers.
Yeah.
Let me get out of here. Yeah.
I used to fantasize when I'd go to like these underground rap shows. That like the opener would show up and they would just make an announcement. It was like, does anybody want to perform before the act? You know, like you just daydream.
Like
Like,
is there a doctor on
Is
the
there a
spot?
B Rabbit in there?
well, not rapping, but like when I was like after I did comedy, like you see any crowd and you're like, God, I would love to just be in front of
Always,
this crowd.
yeah.
Like I want to just be in front of this crowd. So I would have like, I would do like inside like underground hip hop jokes because it's like that. It's gonna hit so much harder with
Yep.
people that like oh he knows about. You
Yeah.
know, C. Ray Wall. He's making a joke about C. Ray Walls. Like, how does that? You know what I mean? Like,
Yak bowls.
yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, well, okay, cool, and yeah. So I don't know if it ever goes away. Like, when you're in Little League and you're fantasizing about being in the major, it's like I still do that shit. I just drive and I just have these crazy fantasies all day, but it
Always.
just makes me feel like a child.
Constantly. I live in fantasy world.
Yeah,
Same.
Yeah, we know.
yeah.
I mean, I'm working for a goal that doesn't exist anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a
You're living-
Showtime special. What
Yeah.
are you doing? What are you doing?
But you do have a special coming up.
All right.
I feel like you're not promoting this the way you.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know more. I want
doing all
more
the things,
promotion.
man.
I want more promotion.
I'm doing all the things. I don't know what you're supposed to do. How you're supposed to do it.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I can't even. Yeah.
Someone tell me what to do, and I'll go do it. That's it.
And you still have, once it's done, the other promote. You could still promote more once
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
done.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna
More
re-
after
It's like
done.
this is just the recording part. I mean, he's
Yeah.
gonna release it.
Yeah.
That's
when
true.
I release it, then
So then we'll get more.
the build up to the release is when I think I gotta really go nuts.
Okay.
And be like, hey, it's whatever the date is, July 14th. Like, mark your calendar, YouTube premiere. Patreon gets it the week before. Clips on IG every day. Like, you know what I mean? Like 14 clips for IG, like one a day leading up to the thing. Like, please share, please share, please share. Like, email everybody. Like, here's the link. Text everybody. Here's the link. Like, really that way. But I mean, ultimately, it just comes down to like grassroots. Like, if the people around me are supporting me, then it'll move. And if people don't share it, no one's going to see it. Instagram's not going to show it to anybody that I don't force them to show it to. TikTok's useless. we're not gonna tweet about it to fucking 100 people. You know, like what
Yeah.
are we doing? So it's like, I don't know how to do it. You know what I mean? I have like a little bit of a mailing list, so I'll email it out to people, but ultimately it's like my Facebook followers.
I told you the other day, it's getting on podcasts, and I know you don't. Maybe don't
Well,
have
I'm on one
access.
now.
Right,
That's
well,
right. One of the
podcasts
best.
with listeners. You know, and you got to work your way up. You know,
Yeah, I gotta work. So I have a month and 14 days.
Well, once you get it, in the, like you don't have to. It doesn't be right away. If it's on YouTube, you can
No,
promote
yeah,
it as
no,
long as you
no.
want. Like
Yeah,
Mike
yeah,
Vecchione just did
Yeah,
an Unmasked.
yeah.
His special's been out for a month and a half.
Yeah,
and he's just-
no, I get it.
He's out there still promoting it. So it's just
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, even Ashley said like her special didn't do what she wanted it to do, but it's this piece, it's out there, and then people will get to it when they get to it.
She put it out on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, yeah, and it's killer. It's like 500,000 views, which is
And
sick.
sometimes things catch and then they die, catch again. Like you never know.
Yeah.
later on.
No, I'm not.
It's the
listen,
beauty of it always being out
Yep.
there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. I'm doing it. Like I'm not.
And it's gonna be
I
great.
shit on it a little bit because like I have to temper my expectations, but
I was
Obviously,
gonna
I'm
send
doing
I was
it.
going to send you a clip I saw. What's the guy from Succession? Jeremy Strong. Is that the guy
Yeah.
who plays? So I just saw like a clip of him in an interview, and he was saying how people don't put enough value in doing good work. Like it's always about what was the how many people saw it, how much money did it make, but how good it feels to just do good work. Like if you're at a small play and nobody shows up, like it's great. And like yeah, you have to eat, but if you feel good about your work, like I was trying to tell you the other day, like just be proud of like you wrote jokes you're proud of, they're great jokes. Just having a piece of work that you're proud of is, pretty valuable.
listen,
It is.
100%, I agree with
Yeah.
that, and that's why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any delusions of grandeur. You know what I mean? I'm just like I just want to like put it out for posterity.
I don't even know if it's
Posterity?
It would be posterity, but
is it grander?
Prosperity.
no. Prosperity is money. Posterity is
Oh,
longevity.
so it's not prosperity.
No, it's posterity.
Yeah.
Posterity.
For like just so when if anything ever happens to me,
Say it. Fucking asshole.
It's not grandeur.
He'll put his link on his tombstone.
Grandeur.
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 grandeur, right?
Listen.
Delusions of grandeur.
Grandeur.
Grander.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
I used to
a
grandeur.
different. That's a different. That's like me being like, it's gonna come out. It's gonna do 4 million views in a week, and I'm gonna
So wait,
do a
there's-
theater tour
there's
in the summer.
Are you saying there's a difference
That's
between
delusions of
grandeur
Yeah.
and grandeur are two different things?
No, that's the same thing.
Oh, I thought you said grandeur. I was
Grandeur.
I
don't
said
know.
grander. He said
No,
grander. I don't
I think
know.
Granger makes backhoes,
They do. Yeah. That's
and
like
grandeur is like a delusion you have.
okay.
Also, I'm an idiot, so who knows?
I think you're probably the smartest one here, though.
No, you actually might be.
That's not a testament to me. That's a detriment to
I
you.
stand by my IQ. I stand by my IQ.
Oh yeah, Chick.
I'm a
Chick
big
claims
IQ guy.
he's a
I
big
claim
guy.
my poor decisions don't reflect on my IQ.
Chick claims he's got a high IQ.
I believe it. Hey man,
Do
you want
you?
to throw this out while you're over there? Oh, thanks, bud.
That was from a therapist and a test. It was
All
Throw it
right.
on the floor? You want to just throw it
Yeah.
on the floor? I could have thrown it on the floor. I
You
didn't mean
could've.
your- I
You
didn't.
could've.
I didn't mean to make you throw it on the floor. I could have just. You should have just told me to throw it on the floor.
I need to be able to find somewhere where I could take one and actually see if I
An IQ
An
test?
IQ test?
like a legit
Oh,
one.
Jim, not
though.
an online one where.
No, I did one with my
Cosmopolitan
therapist
magazine.
because she said I have above average IQ. That's why I always try and stand by it.
My mom's my therapist. My mom says I'm handsome and I have a high IQ. My therapist.
Saw a great movie last night. They kind of dealt with that.
3,
by the way,
2,
last
1?
night. No. We found- we
Or is it
found out
1,
was
2,
called-
3? We don't know the
It
name.
was
It's called
called
On the Count of Three.
On
It's
the
not
Count
3,
of
2,
Three.
right?
On the count of 3. Oh, that's fun. Because then you're. All right. Yeah.
I saw a movie last night called "You Hurt My Feelings." Julie Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh, I want to see that.
Yeah, really good.
It's
But
her and someone else cool.
I don't know that.
I love her.
Yeah, she just can't miss for me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well,
she's
did you
great.
see You People?
Yes.
Yes.
She was great.
She was. I
Fantastic
thought
in
she was
that.
my favorite part of the movie.
What was
Eddie
People?
Murphy was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was a great.
Fun.
Fun. He had no. There was no. He
No, but
he
I liked
delivered
his.
no
I liked
jokes.
his character. I thought he was fun.
Yeah, I liked watching Eddie Murphy on stage.
I love
on
watching Eddie
screen,
Murphy,
but it's
yeah.
like they gave. How do you have a guy.
He was too serious. He wasn't really
had no
a fun.
jokes?
Yeah,
Maybe
but
he
Julia-
doesn't want to do it.
I think he doesn't want to be funny.
I think he's
anymore.
afraid that if he's attempts jokes and they don't
And not
land,
funny, yeah.
then he failed. If he's not trying jokes, because even like the SNL, like what was it, 40-year anniversary that
Yeah.
he didn't attempt funny there either. He's like, if I don't attempt funny, then they can't tell me I'm not funny because I wasn't.
But he
trying.
did like Kimmel. I mean, I think it was like
Comedians
right
in
before.
cars getting coffee. He did. He was
Yeah.
pretty funny.
It was like
then.
right
was
before
funny on that.
pandemic
Yeah.
because he was like gonna try stand up again.
Why did he stop? Was there any reason? Was it just his movie
Oh,
star?
because he was just, yeah, he was too big.
I guess
You
yeah.
can't do comedy when you're that big, dude. Like, you come out, everyone's just screaming and hooting and hollering. You know,
There's
what I
no
mean?
way to get like you can't spend time at like a small club and try to get
I
better.
guess
you know?
that's true.
But even
You
like,
can because guys do it now.
They
but
do it.
Well, that's. I feel like don't big names still do?
Yeah,
like,
Seinfeld shows up in clubs.
They do, but he's
I don't know, man. This is Eddie Murphy was on another plane.
he
of
was though. That was a
existence.
thing in the '80s. Like
Seinfeld had the biggest show of all time.
Okay, but he didn't do stand up during it. It was after it was done.
Yeah, but now he still goes back. Like he was supposed to do the
he's
Netflix
not-
special, and he's
people
done-
like who's that? You
It's
know what I mean?
also-
It's not like he's maybe I don't know.
I
Whatever.
don't think, as much as we may love Seinfeld, I don't think he had the stardom that Eddie Murphy did.
I mean, Kevin Hart.
I
Kevin
think-
Hart, I think, is a better example
yeah.
of like just being.
Does he work in
huge.
clubs though? I think he.
I
think he
don't
just
think
works
he
out.
works out in clubs,
Yeah.
but I do think he's been to the cellar a few times.
he's been to the cellar a few times.
Yeah.
I also think Eddie Murphy. It's gotten to be more of a thing as the years go on. So now, like a few years ago, 20 years, if he kind of dropped in at clubs every once in a while,
Yeah.
But it's like been such a thing where he's not that. It's a bigger deal whenever he shows up.
Here's what I think it is. Like, we're talking about a comic who's still doing comedy dropping in at a club.
Yeah.
I'm saying if this dude in the 80s were to try and do like a theater tour or an arena tour, it would just be hooting and hollering the whole time. There would be no opportunity for him to like actually get information out. Because you see it with like some of those, you even see it with like Burr sometimes. Like Burr will start doing it, people are like, hoorah! And he's like, shut the F up, I'm doing a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like with Eddie Murphy in the early 80s, it just would have been insanity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I do think culture's shifted since then. Like Eddie Murphy probably could do it now, but I think now it's the risk. But the reason he stopped, I think it was just you couldn't do it. You can't do it.
But then he was, like I said, he signed to do that Netflix thing again. But then I think he backed out of that again because
Well,
It was pandemic.
it was
stuff.
pandemic,
Right, but-
slowed it down, and I think he just got over it.
yeah,
Like there was momentum for him to do it because he was doing that. He did that Dolomite thing,
Yeah.
where so he's like starting to get the
Yeah.
bug,
yeah,
and then
I actually like
pandemic-
Dolomite.
I thought it was great.
it's fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun.
I would love to, but I think for him to come back, and I think for his eyes, it's like I have to come back and do something better than Raw, or you know what I mean?
That's
like
what I was-
it's near impossible, even if he was still doing comedy, to top those.
Yeah, I think that was what it was. Is those were so big. Like Seinfeld, yeah, he was big, but he never really had the respect. Like everyone was always kind of corny.
Yeah.
So
He's like a acquired taste. You either like his comedy or you
yeah,
hate
exactly.
it.
The show is one thing that's great, but his stand up, like I never really loved the stand up.
I'd like to go on record as saying I don't think he's corny.
You don't think Seinfeld's stand up is corny?
No,
No.
no, and I would like to open for him one day.
Okay. All right. Message received. But yeah, like Eddie
I
Murphy.
also love Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah, you're living out. You're trying to live up to your own name.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially after it's been so long.
Yeah. No.
It's just like I gotta now the expectations be like, oh, Eddie Murphy's back to buzz.
Oh, but yeah, what I was saying before is he did the comedians in cars, right? But he did Kimmel, and he told a couple of stories that were just bonkers hilarious.
Yep.
And it's like, even from this, you can't imagine his wealth and success.
Yeah.
Like, cause like Ellen did the special, and it was like just so unrelatable. And it's like I wanted to like it because I liked her stand up. And it just didn't click. Whereas like Eddie Murphy was telling stories about like being a rich guy, but it's just like I don't know. It's just like he's so like
it's there. Yeah.
it's just so effortless for him. He told this story about how like Arsenio Hall apparently is like kind of like elusive about like his life and lifestyle. So like they've been or like good friends for like whatever it is, 30 years now or 40 years now. And he's been to his house once. And then Kimmel was like, well, how often is Arsenio at your house? He's like, he's there now. Like he's always showing up. He's like, I don't even know if I know where he lives.
That's great.
And then Jimmy Kimmel asked about like his entourage. He was like, oh, you used to talk about your entourage, blah, blah. And he like named like a couple like Ray Ray and like Sweet Baby or whatever. And he's like, oh, Sweet Baby is right there. And it was like he still has the same entourage from 30 years ago. It's like, that's so cool, man. Like that's, I want that.
I like that you've just committed to saying entourage like you say in your bit.
Yeah, I just say entourage. Yeah, that's just how I say it.
Entourage.
Entourage.
Yeah. I feel like you started saying that because you say it in your bit, but you're saying it
I say it
incorrectly.
genuinely. I say it that way. Yeah. I
how you
genuinely
say
say it that way.
Entourage. Yeah.
I think I've always genuinely said it that way.
I think Charlie Murphy also made people want more of Eddie Murphy too. Because
Yeah.
he was so funny in a gap where you never had Eddie, and he would talk about stories with Eddie Murphy.
Uh-huh.
And it was like Eddie wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
And Charlie is hysterical. I feel like you almost wanted more of both of,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Eddie.
'Cause they
to
both
me,
tell great. Like, I used to love, the Chappelle show, but the Charlie Murphy stories were fucking fantastic.
that whole Rick James story, the Prince
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, everything. It's just how he tells it, though. It's just,
But I'm a huge Eddie Murphy fan. Like, like when he started like circulating like that he might do it, I was like, how do I write for him? Like, who?
He was definitely taking writer.
Oh, definitely was hiring
He
writers.
was like Ellen. Like Ellen had a lot of like. I think Neil
Brennan, yeah.
wrote for that.
Wait, Ellen put out another special?
yeah.
I mean, a couple
watched
years,
it. It
maybe
was a
5
few
years ago.
Yeah.
I didn't
I didn't
remember.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Ellen person, though.
I like
I
Ellen.
loved her first special. It was really funny.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
First
well,
two.
that old, the
Here
phone
Now,
call,
yeah.
Tripping. There's a bit about tripping.
unbelievable. Yeah,
My
she's,
man.
yeah.
The bathroom. She did a bathroom bit like automatic toilets. That
Yep.
whole like that was
Yeah,
all like
she's a
that's
great-
as good as a comedy gets. to
Really
me.
funny.
She's a great. She was a great stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just hard. I mean, that just shows how difficult the craft is. You know what I mean? Like you take a bunch of years off, and it's like, and you hear. I mean, whatever you saw a comedian, Jerry Seinfeld comedian. You hear Colin Quinn talk about it. You hear all these guys talk about it. Like I know you hate that we're talking about comedy right now, but you hear all these dudes talking about it. Where it's like, yeah, man, like you take a week off, and it's like, yo, I gotta get back on a bicycle.
Yeah.
Like I gotta.
Well, that is interesting about like the movie Comedian though, like because it shows like Seinfeld after he had the fame with the television show,
Yeah.
and like he had to start over.
He had to start over, and he bombs.
That's
He films himself. He put out him bombing. Like, yo, that's cool, man.
it's
That's cool.
It's very I don't know if you've seen that.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I think that's just such a great.
I'm a big Seinfeld fan, so
You're a big
I'm all,
Seinfeld
yeah,
guy?
I love Seinfeld.
Is stand up as well?
Yeah, both.
Do we like do a ding every time he says something guy, some kind of guy? Do we do it like a bell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a Seinfeld guy, bing.
I know.
We should have a counter that goes
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the year, and like just keep adding to it the number. It'll be amazing.
Well, you're a big Seinfeld guy.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna start listening to this podcast in the beginning, and I'm gonna start counting.
Oh, there's a ton. I notice it now. I say it in my personal life a lot.
Well, that's why you say it on this. It's not like you're putting on a character for this thing.
Yeah, no.
I'm a big character guy.
Yeah, this is also this is also my personal life. I'm just sitting here.
I said we should-
I also do this in my personal life. Oh, this isn't. We just turned mics on in the middle of our conversation. I literally, I knew that if I asked to be on the podcast, I would get to hang out with you guys.
Such an idiot. Oh God.
Otherwise, chicks like, I'm kind of busy. I got
I'm
Well,
the worst.
chick, we
like
definitely
4
wouldn't have
cigarettes to smoke, and
I'm the fucking
I got to
worst.
chew on glass. I'll be right back.
If we
I'm
were
gonna
doing
go
a
send,
podcast,
I'm gonna go send nudes to a girl that squirts and eat a bottle of glass. I'll be right back.
That's why I was laughing about it because I was at a barbecue this weekend and my buddies were like, "You really only hang out in like 20-minute intervals."
Yeah.
I'm like, I like to stay in, but I
Unless
don't like
you
to stay
record.
long.
Yeah,
yeah, give me a mic. I'll stick around.
yeah.
Don't worry, I'll hang out for more than an hour. I'm the same way.
Yeah,
But you're
I
in the
don't
car
buy
with him.
that.
You guys drove together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, you gotta go.
That's a hangout session.
Yeah,
For
you
me,
gotta go.
that's
You
it.
gotta go
Boom.
as soon as he leaves. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
oh,
gonna be
yeah,
me and
he-
it's gonna be me and Brooke eating chicken fingers alone at 11:00 at night while you
Yeah,
guys while you guys are driving in traffic on the LIE.
hey, we flew here tonight.
I said Memorial Day
was
was a
great.
blessing to come out here today.
I was telling somebody this weekend, we were talking about this podcast. I talk about this podcast in my personal
You're a
life.
big podcast guy.
I'm a big podcast guy in my personal life. But I was talking to somebody about how much I like coming out here because when we were doing it at my apartment, Chick would just show up like, 10, 15 minutes late and be like, all right, let's go, turn it on. And like, we wouldn't even talk before. Like, and
You really wouldn't talk to me.
it was almost like we were going in it cold. But now I get like 45 minutes to like sort of bust balls with him on the way there,
Oh, that's
one.
good.
Which
Yeah,
is like
yeah.
a nice little warm up
It's a
session.
good, yeah, because then I think I like those. We Might Be Drunk does that where they start at whatever time they're gonna start.
Yeah.
Regardless, the guest walks in the middle, puts their mic on in the middle.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's good.
I love that because it's like we're getting warmed up stuff. Like we're not. Yeah.
Like
I mean,
we
whatever.
were
I'm a
talking
fan of that
before,
podcast, but
like even our conversation.
I'm a big fan of We Might Be Drunk podcast.
but even our conversation. But this guy's gonna get booked on another. You see, I don't like that you're doing other podcasts. You're trying to do other. You stay with us, all
Yo,
right?
I'll tell you
He's
right
got a
now.
special.
He's getting mixed review. He's telling him to do more podcasts. He's telling him no.
I'll tell you right now, the other day when Chick wasn't feeling good, me and Ryan were like, yo, tell Brendan to come out. We're doing it without him.
Do you know I would have?
You know, I almost said it's okay if you guys just do one without
If
me.
you
'cause
would've-
he was
if
gonna
you
be
would've
there.
done
Oh,
it?
man.
Dude,
Alright.
because I was in the mood to podcast that day. I 100% would have came out here.
I told him, I said we should do about my idea about doing like an after show from our own podcast. I said
Yes.
I'm like we should watch the last week's episode and just comment on it. We should do an
That-
after
Because,
show.
dude,
for our
listening to
podcast.
it, I was getting so mad at you guys. I was like, it's Tupac. It's the answer is Tupac.
Wait, what were we saying?
You guys are like doing the quiz.
Oh,
And you guys
the
are like
quiz.
getting
But
stuff
you got
wrong.
that- you
and I
got
was
that right. You
screaming
got
at
that
the-
right.
Yeah, I think I
no,
got it
no,
right.
that's the one I remember. I'm
How
just
good would
screaming
you
at
have
the
done
radio.
good on that one?
Yeah, I would have crushed you,
You know,
guys.
no. Well, yeah, you might have. You might have done.
And by the way, I only didn't answer Tupac because I was trying to keep it. I was already ahead, and I wanted.
That's
to
just the example I'm using. That's not, I know.
and there was a lot of time. Like the first question, which was
Milli Vanilli, right?
not Millie
Oh,
That
Vanilli.
Milli
was the
Vanilli, I
second
knew.
No, it
question.
was Jethro Tull.
Oh,
Jethro
Jethro
Tull, I
Tull.
knew.
Yeah.
I
Milli
knew that as
Vanilli,
soon as
I
you
knew.
said that, but it's also like,
And then you guys are talking about Jethro Tull, and I'm like, Aqualung's the song, and then Locomotive Breath is like the big hit. Like,
do you have any complaints about the new podcast?
nah, I love it.
I had a question. So, do you guys like a lot of your friends listen to the podcast?
No.
Yeah.
I have more friends that like that we're putting out clips because now they get to actually see it. More,
Okay.
To be honest.
Do they hate me?
No, no.
Because every time like a new person enters, that person always is hated by anybody who listens to the to a podcast. Like if a radio show, like a new producer, that person always is hated for the first 6 months, and then eventually
And
people
then
start,
eventually they
people
warm
start to like them.
They're like, did you
But-
find a third guy in your evolution chart?
Am I at the beginning or at the end of it?
I think you're in the middle. I think he's Neanderthal, and he's like,
I don't want to be the end. Well, no, we it is true though. The new guy, like the bonfire with Jay Okerson
Yeah.
and Bob Kelly.
and Bob Kelly.
But that's,
But he's
I mean,
established. Like people
He
already-
is, but he's still like getting a lot of hate for like
he's
replacing
not
Soda. Yep.
because he's
Soda's
also
a hard guy to.
a totally different energy than Soda.
Yes.
Yeah. Not play. Not
Soda's playful. Bob feels mean.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Bob Kelly.
I was on a podcast
He
with Bob
was,
Kelly
yeah.
once.
Really?
Yeah.
He was like, "Who the fuck is this?" When he got on
Who's
it,
this guy that looks just like me?
and then he continued to tell stories, and I was just the third like photo on image
You
on
are.
there, just not.
You're
coming.
Long Island Bob Kelly.
Yeah. Bob Kelly.
He's Boston chick.
What do they call me? A sadder Bob Kelly when I was in Dork
Yeah.
Court.
A sadder Bob Kelly. Yeah, that really bothered me because I was on the podcast
And
and
he
I
was having
lost.
connection.
I had connection issues and I'm gone. and then
so
they
it's a Zoom?
replaced me with Bobby Kelly. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, right?
And I was like, guess who I was just on with?
What's the pod?
Do you know the whole?
It was so. Remember Riotcast?
Yeah.
That network.
Yeah.
They ran a bunch of podcasts, and there was this a guy that
Rob Sprance.
Rob Sprance.
And Lori, I forget her last name. And
Palmentary?
Wasn't Lori Palmer?
It's Lori Kim on Instagram,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know the her full name.
Kim's a middle name.
But they used to record. They had like this
Kimberly?
studio above the cellar.
That's what isn't that where Bobby did his podcast?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So me and Chick went up there one time and did the haul. It was good. And now they got like I think De Niro's been on it.
Yeah, they've had a lot of big names on it.
Ever since we did it, and then the pandemic happened, and now it's like A-listers.
Yeah.
See, that's how you build. That's how you get on. You get, you book a guest that like you're overreaching a little bit, and then you can sell like, hey, they did the podcast, and then you sell. So that's how you have to work your guests too. You find a podcast that is
You guys
slightly
need-
above your.
You guys need better
Reach.
guests than me. I'll tell you that.
Well, we need.
Well, I know, I'm not saying
we
for
have
us, I'm
one
saying for you.
episode. If you look on our YouTube channel, the one episode we had Rob, who's the host of that show. We did our show, and we had probably our
Yeah, it did
highest
pretty
rated
well.
Yeah,
episode.
people search for those people.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
If we reach out to somebody who's maybe above, slightly
Above
above
me.
our, yeah,
You're not so much a guest. You're like a part of the family.
Third wheel.
Yeah, I mean you've been on it.
numerous times, and you've basically.
I'm producing it, and you've been on it more than me. So,
No, at this point we're probably
oh, it's been that much, yeah.
well, you were on it twice before
Twice
you
before
came on.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
but with me.
But with you, so
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
cancel each
One,
other
you were the
out, yeah.
surprise guest who popped in later in the show.
Yeah, that's right.
I would, yeah, you know
Well,
me.
that's what you do. You bring people
You
together.
know my style.
How did that all come up?
What?
Oh, because the new guy, yeah. So,
Oh yeah, you're the new guy.
the new guy, and I'm also not like a very likable person. Like,
Do you find that is that
Yeah,
something
yeah,
that's
yeah.
happened in your life where people
Stop
like
it.
yeah, like right off the bat, I have sometimes because sometimes people think I'm arrogant because I'm sometimes like in my real life I'm kind of shy.
okay,
Or I don't like to insert myself overly into situations.
In his personal life.
I love that.
in my personal
I
life.
love that you guys are like putting on characters for the
No, like I feel
for this
comfortable-
I don't even
podcast
have
no
the
one
ability
listens
to do
to.
that, even if
Now
I don't
I have a
want to.
complex about my personal life.
I'm worried about Sebastian
Leave it to
Maniscalco
Neil.
seeing this.
Leave it to Neil to give me another complex. Do you know the first 3 years I knew him, I was terrified of him?
A lot of people think
Terrified.
that-
He would
have
just
that same
talk
story,
like we'd be like in the room. I can't even call it a green room, wherever the hell we were, and he'd be listening and doing this like, shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Should have done this.
Don't ask questions. Move the mic
Yeah.
stand. Don't ask questions.
Why is he doing this?
yeah. So
And I have to go
get your
up.
hand
I'm
off the
like, I'm
cord.
like, oh, I'm gonna do a lot worse than that person.
I'm just doing. I was listing my pet peeves as an open
God.
micer struggles.
Oh my god, it terrified me. It terrified me.
Neil thought that he would hate me when he first met me, like before we got to know each other. He thought he thought I was somebody he would hate.
Did you get along though right away, or did you
I think
actually
so.
hate him in the beginning?
No, like we got along.
Oh,
but
okay.
And I think he thought he's not somebody that like, I would get not hate, but not be super close with. So I think
I-
he thought I was like a bro, like a
Right.
douchebag
I
bro.
saw him and was like, he's probably this kind of person. But I didn't hold it against him, and we met and we started, and he was funny.
Yeah.
And I think that's the key is that like I think we both thought each other were funny.
Was that you in the back of the room? Like one of the first times we were watching this guy on stage at McGuire's, and he was doing like this weird character, and I leaned over to Neil and I go, "This guy thinks he's doing alternative comedy. He should be doing an alternative to comedy."
I wonder who that was.
But I made assumptions and they turned out to all be false.
Yeah, I thought he'd be like a big drinker. And like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I found out like I don't even drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought it was like because like whatever, like we're on Long Island.
Yeah.
And I was wearing like an atmosphere hoodie, like and it was like so.
Yeah.
it
Oh
was, like,
yeah,
an
all right,
atmosphere.
all right, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, this guy like listens to like backpack rap. He smokes weed.
Yeah.
He writes graffiti. But he grew up playing lacrosse. He's from a rich family.
Oh my god, your assumptions about people. I feel like a lot of
gave
times
up-
you're right.
That's
though.
accurate. Like I gave up that. Like if somebody said that, like yeah, no, you're right. Like it's not true, but I understand why you say that.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I
I nail it. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, that's fine. I feel like the people the only thing I got was is he going to be a producer like
Yeah.
on the
Or
song
on
or on the show?
Yeah.
And I said no. Listen, we give him free reign.
And they were like,
Chris,
ah,
we would
it's-
give him the opportunity. He just didn't take it.
And they went, oh, that's too bad.
He didn't want to talk.
No, I don't think. But here's the thing about you. Like, not only do you produce it great, but you also add something to the conversation. So like, if you were just a guy that don't
I'm looking at the camera. Right,
Don't-
right,
no,
guys. We're gonna
don't give me don't give us that look.
Yeah.
You really do. Like you take it to another place.
I try. You know, I have a love for the medium, and
I never would have pegged Brendan Ryan as a legs crossed like that kind of guy.
Oh, he is. He's big.
I'm a cross leg guy. I'm
Yeah.
a leg crossing guy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you bring a lot to the table. A, you're funny. B, you're passionate about stuff. So like if we were still in your living room, the couch is broken. There's no lights. There's no cameras. Like chick is screaming into a microphone.
Well, we don't
I'm
have to take this
whispering.
opportunity to rip our prior studio.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we were doing.
I take
That's
no
what we were doing. Oh no,
No,
we're
I'm
not
kidding.
doing it. All right.
You're also like in our age group, so like we have
Not like
stuff
Neil,
in-
who's a 90.
Oh, shut up. I don't even know how old you are, and
I'm in your age group.
and I'll never ask.
I am in your
no, you
age
are in
group.
our age group, but you're like, I'm telling you. All right, I'm giving you guys a little side of our personal life. When we leave, every time we're like, we made the right choice with Ryan.
I appreciate
Like
that. That's
we're
great.
like,
It's true.
we can't say it enough. Like we've been
I
so
love it. I'm
happy with
having,
how
I'm
it's
having a
going.
ball. I only bring this up because sometimes if somebody's screaming at their podcast and they go like, "I hate this guy," they just don't. If they know that the guy is doubting himself, sometimes that's all it takes. And like, all right, he's not that bad. At least he knows he's not some arrogant guy. Like if he knows that some people hate him, then he's a little bit better.
I
So
feel like everybody hates me.
yeah,
but-
Well, a lot of
I
people-
think
you're the most
I
likable
think yeah,
person
you're the most likable
See, everybody.
of the four of us, by far.
I just.
on the podcast, but if you were like to deal with him on an everyday basis, he's
He
really
also
hating.
tells me that all the time. And,
He's
but
really-
he's not
he's-
the only one. I'm on a lot of things, and I always feel like I'm probably not really outside looking in a likable person until you get to know me.
I don't know, man, because when you get on stage, and our buddy Mark, who's seen you a couple of times,
Oh yeah.
he said this yesterday because I was telling him I was coming out here, and he was like, "Oh, like chicks come a long way." Like he was like, he's just likable on like you're rooting for him.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think I know other people like this. Anybody who wouldn't like you isn't worth you caring if they like you or not.
Well,
like, yeah, there's
there's
people
that.
that don't like you,
There's
and there's
that,
people that don't like all
Oh,
of us.
yeah.
But like, fuck
It's-
those.
yeah.
Fuck
Oh,
those people are
yes.
are not.
What's
They don't-
there's
who
like a
cares?
quote like it's none of our business what someone else thinks about us.
That's an
It's
interesting
hard to
one.
stick by that.
Hard
though.
to that's
Very hard to stick
difficult,
by.
yeah.
But no, chick is the reason why chick is chick no matter what. There's no
There's no personal life. I am what I am. I
It
can't
is
even
him.
fake it if I wanted to.
he can't fake it. This is another thing we were talking about on the way here about how he can't fake who he is. That he is chick in every way, and he that is a likable quality. Even if
yeah,
it's
people-
awful stuff you say, it's like, well, this is what he really thinks.
People pick up on being genuine.
Yep.
And that's sometimes you're
He
gonna,
is genuine.
By the
He's-
way, you're gonna forget your phone here today. It's right. It's tucked in there.
And you're not coming back to get it.
Yeah, because he ain't driving you.
No, I know.
But I'm going that way later, so I would have brought
Yeah,
it to
so
him.
you would. Yeah. Oh, dude. Last time
Last week,
I had to go. So last week, we're driving back. Chick picked. We're driving back. I lose my phone. I realize I don't have my phone when I get back into my apartment. So and Chick is gone, and he's probably
by the way,
high.
I think you left it here before you left. I had to run it out to you, or that was the week before. So
That was the week before.
So do you leave your phone behind a lot?
Yeah, but well,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
I'm not
okay.
great with
All
it.
right, carry on. With your story.
You know you have pockets.
Yeah, but then I
I know
can't
your
cross
pants
my
are so
legs.
tight, they may not fit, but
Can't cross your legs.
if you don't cross your legs, they
Dude,
would.
crossing my legs helps my back out. I'm so screwed
There's
up.
no
I'm a
way that
mess.
makes sense.
Because I think
stretches.
no,
It's
it
a
like
stretches.
stretches my hip.
Yeah,
I
that's a
got
good
issues.
Stretch. Yeah.
But
You got issues.
You ever
So
try
what-
goat yoga?
His face.
oh, I
Is
know
that
it's
a
a
real
real
thing?
thing.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Oh, I didn't know
You
that.
do
put a
yoga,
goat
and
on- they have a
baby
goat
goats
walk on
climb
your
on
back.
you and shit.
Get out of
But
here.
the
What? To
goat
like crack
part-
your back and shit?
No, it's for a photo op. That's all that's
The
for. I'm
addition of a
convinced.
goat doesn't make it healthier. It's not like better yoga because there's a goat involved.
Well, goat
It's-
milk is better than regular milk.
Is that true?
Says
We're talking
you.
about different things, though. We're talking about, and first of all, nobody knows if that's true.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's taking your word by that.
Oh, what about oat yoga? Because oat milk is good for you.
There you go.
You want oat yoga?
Goat yoga is just a goat that stands on your back.
It's to get people who were never going to show up for yoga
Yeah.
to come up to take a picture.
It's
of
like
them.
now we can take a picture and throw it on Instagram because there's a goat
Well,
walking on my
everything's for the
back.
gram. All these things.
It's also terrible. Like the goat, you should let's not bring goats into.
It's not
your
good for the goat either.
White lady, Sunday afternoon. Let's
Oh yeah.
let's leave the goats in the fields and you go do your yoga.
White ladies are appropriating goat culture.
All right, so last week,
Dude,
he
I
leaves.
get home and I realize that I left my phone in his car, and now it's like a mad scramble to I know how do I reach him?
Yeah.
So I got on my Apple Watch,
Couldn't type on that for sure.
and
I don't know my phone. Could you read the text that he sent?
oh yeah, get the text up, because I had to like on the Apple Watch there's
You
a
could also
feature.
speak into it.
I didn't think about that. I was in such a panic to because I thought my phone was also going to lose connection the further he got away.
Sure, yeah.
So I'm just writing on the watch, I'm putting HEYCHIC, and it was coming out all scrambled.
Yeah, he was sending cryptic messages. And
Oh,
I was
here it
what-
is.
It must have
what
looked
is he-
insane.
Yeah.
Left phone in car, but it's it looks like a ransom letter out of nowhere. It's
capital
random
letters.
capitalized. Using watch. How far? It was just
Yeah,
two
the-
words.
The
I
least
go
amount of information.
outside.
Yeah.
Call me here.
and he shows up. He didn't want to show up. He wanted me to meet him at his place.
he's
I'm
like,
like,
"Can you-"
that's not happening. But he was already at Taco Bell, and he showed up. This is I don't know what time at night. He shows up with this huge bag of Taco Bell and my phone. So I
What's-
don't know what he does after this.
What's your order?
That
That's-
night, I already know what it was. I had 2 Dorito crunch tacos with they're wrapped in a chalupa or whatever. 3 soft tacos and nachos, fries with cheese.
Sometimes I
What's your order?
All right, so I like a cheesy gordita crunch. There's a new one out there that's got. What's so funny about that?
I'm a cheesy gordita crunch guy.
I was in my head.
I was waiting for that too. Yeah. I was surprised he got that far into a sentence
Oh,
without
I
it.
hate
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys.
I'm a big fire sauce guy.
I'm a mild sauce guy.
Mild sauce guy.
I'm a no sauce guy.
I'm a no sauce guy too.
I was a no sauce guy for a while,
Neanderthals.
but I'm a condiment guy. So one day I put it on there. I was like, this is delicious. There's also a new one. I'm trying to save money because I'm broke, and they have Taco Bell is actually one of the cheaper.
it's the cheapest.
Yeah. So I found a $2.
Not when you order like you.
Well,
He spends.
but I
That
get
was
a
a
lot of
$20
bang for my
order,
buck.
dude.
It wasn't a decent amount, but I get a bang for your buck.
There's a new one out there. It's like a I don't know what it is, but it's like a Chipotle ranch thing. Oh man, it's really good. And here's something that I'm really upset about. One of my favorite things about the Taco Bell was they had this dessert called the caramel apple empanada. You remember this?
Empanada.
Empanada. I tried to
Empanada.
add a little.
Yeah.
Trying to beat it with a
You're
bat.
trying to add the tilde.
What do you guys call it? Empanada.
Go ahead.
It's an empanada, not
I
an
say-
empanada.
I say pinata.
He was trying to respect the culture, and instead he disrespected it.
I say empathy pinata.
Empathy pinata.
It's a pinata that really cares about being hit. I want to give
Anyway.
you candy.
Ian's
I
gonna
feel like
say
you
it.
need candy.
He said, "How do you say? We don't say pinata."
All right. I mean, listen. We didn't.
Go ahead, finish your order, man.
Well, it's off the menu now.
Oh, what
There's
was
two
it?
things
Oh, the empanada.
that no. Now they have.
It's off the menu. Oh, that works.
What do you call it?
Menu.
There's two things in my life that I'm upset that have gotten discontinued. It's the caramel apple empanada.
My grandmother's life and the caramel apple empanada.
No. Second is the Bath and Body Works True Blue Shea Butter.
Yeah, you mentioned
Can't
that.
find it
Yeah.
anywhere. I looked online today. $100 on Amazon. Okay,
Yo.
so I'm not the only one.
This is the move. Rosy Bubbles soap.
Dude.
Tell her that's what your favorite thing was, and see if she can make something for you.
Okay, so I'm
She
current.
takes requests.
She takes requests.
Interesting.
And
She's
I
the best.
I have a knockoff version of this, so maybe I can even give her a little
Yep.
bit of my shea butter.
Do you have a lab to like melt it down?
She
and see what's
does.
inside?
She's a mad scientist, dude.
Yeah.
I
a mad
am currently
scientist.
showering with one of her soaps, and I love it.
Not
It's-
currently, by the way. You're sitting on a
Well,
couch currently.
but
Yeah. Yeah, her soaps are phenomenal. Her soaps are phenomenal.
what's your favorite flavor?
I like either the tobacco or the coffee grinds. I just
I like those ones. I don't like
yeah,
the
I like exfoliating
the ones that you
scrubs.
made me get because he's allergic to the other types. So she gave us some of they're like minty.
Oh, that's what I like.
I don't like the minty.
I like
Literally allergic, or like
He thinks he's allergic.
2023?
He's
Like
not.
I'm allergic to that.
Yeah, that's him.
By the way, you just reminded me of something because I have beef. I got beef. I'm gonna bring it to you.
Okay.
All right. So we all know. Well, most people know that I feel like I'm allergic to nuts. Right.
Yeah.
We've gone over this.
Wait, what kind of nuts? These nuts?
We've gone over this.
You're welcome.
Just a little
Oh,
bit.
I
Just wanna
started to
see your
slump.
face. Yeah.
Walnuts,
that's fine.
cashews.
I was slowly going.
Last week, my brother-in-law has a birthday party.
You were doing the PSA about being high while high.
In real time.
It's my time to talk. Last week, my brother-in-law had a 40th birthday party.
Yes.
John Ryan.
Me and Chick went. No, he's not Orion.
Great time.
Me and Chick went, but about I guess a few days before the party, my sister reaches out to me and she goes, "Are you okay with Italian heroes?" And I'm like, "Well, what kind of question is that?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "Well, I know you have you have the allergy thing.
allergy thing.
I don't like that
I
she calls it
love
a thing.
Because it is a thing. It's
Okay.
not real.
Oh, well, can you eat mortadella? Because there's pistachio in it.
100%. She throws me the mortadella.
Okay.
Or is it Dello?
I mean,
See,
you're-
now I'm
you're-
afraid to talk.
You're asking the wrong guy. It's definitely not mortadello, but I don't know.
It's mortadella.
Mortadella.
I don't even know what
I
it
didn't
is.
say that. It's mortadella.
It's like a bologna,
bologna
but with
with
pistachios in it.
and it's got like
Oh,
little
yeah,
circles
okay,
in
I
it.
know that. Yeah.
I have been eating Italian heroes my entire life. I did not know that there was a nut in the It's the
But
last
sometimes it depends on the place you get it.
Yeah,
Mortadella's
all
not a
of them
very
do-
popular.
I was just gonna say it's
Wasn't
not.
Yeah.
I know it's not, but now I'm going to be looking at it. And I was like, well,
Now he's done.
well, now I am allergic to Italian heroes.
Yeah.
I had an Italian hero in my in my refrigerator.
Ryder? Oh.
In my rider.
You know how
please.
this is gonna prove to you that you aren't allergic to it because you've eaten it.
Well, I also think today I drank almond milk. But
Also, pistachios. Like I feel like with nuts, there's like different kinds of.
pistachio might not be the thing that triggers me.
I hate him.
What's your order at Taco Bell?
I'm kind of boring. Like 3 taco supremes, 3, and then I'll get
There's
like
nothing boring
a
boring
number.
about any
maybe
order.
like a
Number
crunch
4,
crunch
yeah.
wrap supreme on top of it.
A crunch wrap.
I like a
Supreme
crunch wrap. I also like the
Chicken
nachos
steak.
Belgrande, and I'm a quesadilla guy
And I'll
on a
usually-
boring day.
I usually mix it up 2 hard, 1 soft, and then yeah.
Ooh,
I love the Dorito taco. It's a fascinating thing.
Yeah.
The Dorito taco is
too
really
too salty.
Every
for me.
time I like ordering on the app because I like to take. I'm always panic at Taco Bell because I'm always like, there's so many menu items here. Yeah, it's all the same thing in different forms, but
It
I always,
really is.
yeah. But I always want to get something new or try something new, and I sit there and I'm like, fuck it, 3 taco supremes with a crunch wrap supreme. But I like ordering the menu because you can really take your time with it. You can look over all the
Yeah.
options. You're not sitting at it and you, all right, I got my order here.
It's better when you're not in the drive-through. It's like a DoorDash thing or something. You could sit down and
Yeah.
roll it over.
I agree because the drive-through I feel like is a
It's a
little
panic
too,
order.
It's too much.
Yeah.
And I never know what's
Especially
happening.
if you want to mix it up a little bit. You don't have time to mix it up in
I-
a drive-thru.
You
A
do,
lot
but
of-
you feel bad because there's either people waiting behind you or you could sense the impatience on the
Yeah.
other end of it.
I feel like the moment of the drive-through where you go, too long.
Too
It's taking too long.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah, that's not. Nope. We're supposed to. Let's keep it moving. Look up the menu before you get in the car.
yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
But Taco Bell's the one. It's the one fast food restaurant where I feel like I don't have a grip on the order, on the menu. I should say.
Yeah.
Don't
'Cause it
there's
changes
so
a lot.
many good things,
always
and they
changes
take
a lot.
things on and off.
Yeah.
I don't understand that either.
I know Wendy's is gonna have the typical order, and then they're gonna have like the one new thing that they're gonna hit me before I get to the
Yeah.
window. They're gonna be like, "This is new."
It's got 9 pieces of bacon.
They might even have like the little like political signs that you stick in the
Yes.
lawns right outside there. Like just
They're
right up
like,
front.
they're like,
Yeah.
"This is our new."
Vote for Wendy's.
It's something we have, but we added bacon to it. Something we already
Not-
had, we just added
more
bacon.
bacon.
More
They
bacon.
added
Double
more
the
bacon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
But
I have a
top-
$50 gift card to Applebee's, by the way.
really.
Nice.
We can go fuck around
What are you
with some
trying to
Applebee's.
say?
No, I'm just saying if you guys want to get Applebee's, first 50's on me. Well,
First 50 is on me.
Have you ever been to Sal, Chris, and Charlie's in Queens?
I got a lot to say.
I got a lot to say.
what's that? Is that
No.
a
Yeah, I
sandwich
never
place?
heard. What is
It's
that?
It's the deli, but they make
Sandwiches?
it's a world-renowned deli.
Is it like Cherry Valley like that?
No, Cherry Valley's not world renowned, is it?
Long Island renowned.
I mean, it's,
I love it. It's a very good deli.
I mean, if you meet anyone from Long Island in any other part of the world, they're like, Long Island, Cherry Valley. You're like,
Yeah.
okay.
is that still 24 hours?
Probably not post pandemic.
Nothing's 24 hours anymore.
No, but that was to me that was the greatest thing about it was 24 hours.
Yeah, that was the only good thing about it.
Yeah.
No offense to Cherry. I love Cherry
No,
Valley.
I agree with you.
Are they playing comedy shows now?
To me, that's its best selling point is that it's like you
Yeah.
can get like a deli sandwich at
Well,
any
that was
time.
New York's best selling point.
That is true.
Yeah.
Was that it was the city that never sleeps until 1997 when it started sleeping all the time.
At
It's
4
takes a
o'clock,
lot
it
now.
sleeps.
Yeah, it takes
So
a
you
lot
got
of
a lot to
naps.
say. You've been there.
Yeah, I have been there. I took a special trip there because my cousin lived in the area, and
I've
he
never been there.
And they got an Italian sub with mortadella
That's
for
like
you.
their big thing is
Yeah.
the big Italian, but
what's your
it's
thoughts?
huge. I thought it was overrated.
Yeah.
It was good. I don't like a sandwich with a ton of meat on it. The bread to meat ratio is what it's
where
all
I'm at.
about. You hand me a big sandwich, great. I'm impressed. You charge me $25 for a sandwich that I can't
I'm
even
the
eat.
same
I
way.
ate the
take-
whole thing.
If I have
like,
to
I-
take apart the sandwich to eat it, it's a problem.
Yeah,
In-
yeah. Hand
One
me a
exception.
Egg sandwich.
One exception.
No,
Katz's
I was gonna
delicatessen.
say yeah, because
That's
I
all right.
want to eat half the meat by hand,
But that's
and then eat the sandwich.
okay. You're doing that.
That's Katz's Deli is
Different-
It's a different
Yeah.
animal.
almost designed to do that.
It-
like
it's-
that's like their
that
thing
is,
to-
I will gladly pay $35 for one sandwich.
I
Katz's.
think
that's-
we're all in
different.
agreement.
Yeah,
there.
I agree with that. But yeah,
Finally,
most
something we
delis
can all agree on.
having a huge sandwich.
By the way, I've never actually been, which I've told you before. So maybe that's something we should
Really?
stop
I
and do
haven't
when
been
we
to
do it.
Katz's Deli since I was a kid.
You've
maybe-
never been to Kansas? If they're still open 24 hours, we should stop on the way back from the special.
Oh, that's a
We
nice.
can make that a nice thing
That's
afterwards.
a nice
Yeah.
celebratory meal.
We'll revisit
But yeah,
that.
so I ate the whole thing, which is like it's like a 1.5 foot long sandwich. Like it's crazy, and it's packed with meat. I ate the whole thing because I don't like wasting money, and I had nowhere I could refrigerate it. I was going to do a photo shoot, for that. So like I got to get all this. I didn't expect
I'm
it to be
either
that.
finishing this
Yeah.
one way or another.
I don't like throwing out food, so I'm like I'm gonna store it inside me. I guess I can't. I
That's a great storage place.
I have nowhere to. I guess I gotta store it inside me.
I hope
Bring
my
it to my
gut is.
toilet
I
later.
hope my gut is refrigerated because that's where it's staying.
Oh my god.
You could be like a competitive eater. It feels like you talk about how much you eat sometimes, and when I see skinny people who can eat a ton, it fascinates me.
Well, I mean, I'm hoping I'm blowing up your spot. I think you talk about it all the time. Homies,
Yeah, about a yo-yo, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you said that. But
his
I
weight
know- I
and
know how to
Andrew
eat
Bergen's
through.
skill. They
I
both
know
yo-yo.
how to eat through the uncomfortability to get to the other side.
Really?
Yeah, it's.
Oh, I can't.
see, I'm so different. I can't eat a lot in one sitting.
Same with me.
But it's
You're
not,
you're a big 2-sitting guy.
yeah. Like
bang, bang.
But it's not.
Oh, I bang bang all the time. Me and the
I can't
homies,
do it.
Mark that you met.
Yeah.
Me, Mark, Anthony Reese, and Christian McKnight would go do bang bangs all the time.
So what was your?
We would be
go-to
like,
bang
hey,
bang?
where are we eating? And then where are we getting pizza afterward?
Pizza was always the
It
second.
was
thing,
always
yeah.
pizza afterward. And we, like, those guys,
Pizza's a great second.
Christian McKnight is like a pizza, like he knows every good slice of pizza in the whole city, like, and other, like, in Connecticut, in Philly, the whole,
So
every borough.
I got to do Connecticut pizza. I'm
It's
gonna
not
do
great.
that.
What? I was gonna
I've
say.
heard- no,
I
I've
never
heard-
feel like I
I-
need to
I
do
gotta go
anything.
to- I'm
Some good
Overrated.
pizza.
Overrated.
I've heard.
I
from
feel
too
like
many
there's
people
nothing good
Unless,
that I need
of
to
course-
go to Connecticut for.
Connecticut's got great hot dogs. They got
I heard
great
good
hot
Are they
dogs.
better than
yeah.
a New York
Nah,
hot dog?
I want a Nathan's hot dog. When I want a hot
Exactly.
dog, I want a Nathan's hot dog.
Walter's hot dog. Well, all right. This is
All right,
Larchmont.
Walter's hot dogs is good.
This is
By
Larchmont.
Yale. Yeah.
Walter's is fantastic.
Yeah.
Chicago
just
dog's
find-
overrated.
What about Del Fonte?
Oh, you know what's good?
That's deli.
What was it?
Chicago dog is overrated.
Chicago dogs. Well, I do like them.
I disagree. I love a Chicago
I do like
dog.
a Chicago dog. I will say Rhode Island had a place called Spike's Junkyard Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's still there yet. That place is awesome. And Portillo's is
what
great.
makes? I'm going to Rhode Island in a week and a half.
What are you doing? Shot comedy?
Yeah,
Where?
I don't know. I
That's
don't know.
a tough beat.
It went from
That's a tough beat.
it went from Leesburg, Virginia to Rhode Island
Is it
overnight.
the 2nd and 3rd?
It's the 10th.
It's the 10th.
10th, so it's a little over a week, I guess.
Well, good luck.
But
Who's it
depending
with?
where
You
I go,
headlining?
Spikes.
It's called Spike's Junkyard Dogs, but I don't know that it's still there.
Oh, okay.
But they have a lot of good food in Rhode
I'm
Island.
on
Rhode
a
Island's
hot
pretty good.
dog kick. That's
Rhode
why I
Island's
asked.
What about Del Fonte's though? Back to the Italian sandwiches. Do you ever
Okay,
eat there
I've
in
never
Red
had
Hook?
Del Fonte's.
See,
I've
I
heard
never
of it.
had the other place.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the place, and I apologize. But where my shit is stored right now in Atlantic City, in Brigantine, it's like right over the water from there. There's a sandwich place. It's like one of those places like only open from like 10 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
And like they make all their own everything. That dude, bonkers sandwiches, Italian sandwiches. And like, you know, like those sandwiches where it's like those thin fried chicken breasts,
Oh my
chicken cutlets,
God.
and then like the whole sandwich is just like one tone. It's like white bread, provolone cheese,
Yep.
white iceberg lettuce, mayo, and then the white,
Yep.
chicken. And it's oh my god, it's just, and it's like affordable. It's like $7 for like a big sandwich.
Wow.
I
See,
get like
that's-
two, one like with like fresh mutts and tomato, and then one with the sweet peppers, the roasted peppers, and the provolone. Yo, bonkers.
Farmer in the Deli.
Never been to the Farmer in the
Farmer in
Deli.
the Deli.
Where's
in Brooklyn.
this?
So this is like they do
I hate
chop.
Brooklyn.
They do chop sandwiches.
I love. Wait,
Now,
chop
what's a
cheese?
is that like small
You
sandwiches
just
cut up?
you order whatever you want on the sandwich,
And they just
I
chop
want
it up.
turkey, and they take everything they ordered on it, and they just chop the shit out of it.
Love
and then put
it.
on, and then
I
put it on
love
a
that
roll.
idea.
So you
Love
get
it.
every bite has a mix of
it's
everything you
all in.
wanted in the bite.
So it's
Oh,
like a
it's
cheesesteak. It's a
really-
cheesesteak, but
Yeah.
with everything.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
That is
that
a
was-
genius
The
idea.
bread was lacking. If they got good bread involved with that, and it's like you walk in, it's a bodega. It's a
Have you
no
guys had
names-
chopped cheeses?
Yes. Yeah.
Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a
It's
perfect
an
sandwich.
unbelievable
Yeah.
sandwich.
It's a perfect
We
sandwich.
walk in this place. There's a line
Wait,
around
what's
the place,
chopped
a line going
cheeses?
outside.
It's a cheeseburger basically chopped up like a cheesesteak, lettuce and tomato and mayo on a Kaiser roll,
It's like
Ketchup's
easier,
in there, too.
Easier
yeah,
to eat.
or mayo or ketchup. Yeah,
Yeah.
either one. Yeah.
I like that's why I don't like a huge sandwich because I like a nice neat
Like a
sandwich.
mix.
I want
and you
two-
want a mix of bread and
Yep.
meat. You don't want.
I
Yeah, I
want
don't-
2 small sandwiches,
Yeah.
so I get like a bunch of different
I
stuff
like
going
that.
Yeah,
on.
Joey
I like
Rose's
that.
That's
style.
a good idea.
I used to
yeah.
do that where I would go.
Is that what we
to
did
like
there? We split like 4
We
sandwiches.
got a few different sandwiches.
Where
yeah,
was
but
this?
Joey Rose's. There's
Oh,
like
I wanna
there's
go
like
there.
There's smaller sandwiches. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
you could do 2 sandwiches there. Really, you know.
There was a deli in I guess Smithtown maybe. Well, no, I don't know. I forget where it was, but I used to go there and I used to love a couple sandwiches there. So I used to order each of them and then basically have 2 meals.
Love it.
With both
Yeah.
things.
I'll do that Sonny's cheesesteak off of Market in Philadelphia. I like both provolone and whiz.
I'm a
So
whiz guy.
I'll do one of each, and I'll eat half.
Wait, one gets provolone, one gets whiz.
whiz.
You don't whiz and provolone on one sandwich.
No, you outrageous.
Well,
Come on,
that's
you-
why I thought
not,
I was hearing
though?
something crazy.
You don't think those will mix good together?
I absolutely do not.
Okay, fair enough.
I think
Listen, I'm open. I'll try it. Like if you ordered it, I'd eat half your sandwich.
Gotcha.
take a bite.
So
I need
now-
half your sandwich.
I eat half your sandwich. I give him a bite. I eat half your
Hey,
sandwich.
half your
A bite
sandwich.
is
Now when I'm out delivering, I deliver to a lot of delis, and I try to assess the deli. I'm trying to pass along this farmer in the deli idea for a chopped sandwich to it. Like there's a gold mine. I'm telling you, there's a line around this place.
Why are you giving the idea
All you have
away?
to do because it's too far away from me. I want a place. So there's a place in Northport. I was at Northside Deli, which is like
Oh, I know that
it's
deli.
very famous deli.
Is that a famous deli?
Is it really?
I think it is. No,
I
I'm
just
thinking
wa-
of it.
I just walked in there
I've
one
been
day.
there. a few
I
times.
know of the deli just from work.
Let me tell you something. I go to a deli once. I'm like, this is a famous deli because I went there 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Rooney's Deli is good.
he doesn't
Ooh,
work there
Rooney
anymore.
gave
but-
me
Oh, he
a
doesn't
nice
work there?
steak.
yeah,
Wait, Rooney has a deli?
He
to work
worked
at
at a
deli.
deli for a long time. It was
now he's
really
at,
good.
Now he's at a butcher. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was gonna walk in and I was like, can I talk to the owner? And I was like, you guys ever go to Farm in the Deli? I'm like, you guys should consider chopping, offering a chop sandwich because that's only just something extra to offer yourself rather than to set yourself apart
Charge
from other
50
delis.
cents to chop it up.
Yeah. I feel like this is.
I want to make a chopped sandwich at home now.
Now
'Cause
I do too. Yeah.
But you
What do you
need
have to
those
do?
things.
I have those things.
Do
I
you?
I
You
have.
could also just use a knife on
You
a
could.
cutting
Those
board.
are
I think that's what they do. They
It
put
just
it. They
looks
just.
so much better when they get the big bowl and they fucking
Yeah,
I
chop
have.
it
I
up.
have
yeah.
I got into salads at one point.
You're a big salad guy.
It was a while ago. I'm actually a big dressing guy, but you know.
Ding.
But I got one of those salad
Yeah.
crunchers.
Crosses?
What are they called? It's like a
Crunchers.
it's a rounded knife, and
Yeah.
and you put the
The thing you're
salad
talking
Butter
about.
knife?
No, the thing you're talking
Oh,
about,
yeah,
the
that's
chopper.
what I'm talking
The
about. The
chopper.
chopper.
and you just put it in there. Oh my god, because I like a chopped salad too. So you just
Big
put
chopped
it in
salad
there.
guy.
But I'm thinking about going to like a deli and just
Bringing
chop
your
it,
own thing.
Get your own stuff.
bring it home, chop it up,
Yeah,
put it
if
in
you order
there.
a sandwich. So
I've
they
done
just,
things like that before.
They just have a sheet of wax paper and whatever as you order, they just throw the stuff on the pile, and then when you're done, they just take the wax paper and they just chop the shit out of it.
I love the
Yeah,
idea.
you
I
can
love
just
the
bring that
idea.
sandwich home.
And also,
even like even the mayo, like they put the mayo right on it, just
Yes.
it all gets mixed in. So it's like a tuna salad. By the time it gets to you, it's like a tuna salad sandwich, but with all jalapenos
want,
and cheese
yeah.
in it. Yeah,
I gotta. I would love to go to this deli. You said it's in Brooklyn.
yeah, I think so.
One of my
Brooklyn, yeah.
favorite places to work was the deli because I felt like it was like I had everything at my disposal to make the perfect sandwiches.
Favorite side salad at a deli.
All right, so I'm a macaroni salad guy, but but I do like a Penn Dutch potato.
Oh, Penn Dutch.
All right,
Dutch
French fry. I'm
potato.
not a salad. I'm not a
French
side
fry.
guy. Yeah, I'm not
What
a
about
side
what
guy.
about at a like what about like Bagel Boss or A&S
We're
where
talking
they
about
don't have
like a deli.
fries, where it's just the scooper.
So
I won't get a side.
you get a
You
free
won't get a
with that.
side.
I'm not a side guy. I'm a
You'll-
chip guy. I go chips.
So you'll pass on the side.
Yes.
Okay, and
Yeah.
you? I know you're not passing.
I usually ask for macaroni, but sometimes you get bad macaroni salad.
100%.
I can eat those salads homemade. I don't like them from.
You get them.
Like, I don't know
Potato
why.
salad's more consistent, but when macaroni salad hits, it's to me
It
it's the
hits.
better.
That's a problem.
That's
A lot of times the
hits.
macaroni salad doesn't hit. It's very rare.
I mean, I feel that way with all the basics, with the mac, coleslaw,
Coleslaw
and
disgusts me
potato
if it's not
salad.
homemade.
I think
Coleslaw
sometimes
has
they're
to be
good, sometimes
well
they're
done.
not good.
You know what they do at diners? They basically like at some places if you don't touch the
They just throw
coleslaw,
it
they
back
just
in the
fucking
bowl.
throw it back in
Oh
the thing.
yeah,
And you know what
I'm
I do?
aware.
I eat that.
I'm like a weirdo, bro. I can't do
pass
something
me-
like that.
I'm really liking like a
Give me that and a pickle. Let's go.
like a drier coleslaw these days, like on top of like a chicken
drier-
sandwich. When
Oh,
it's not
yeah,
like just
yeah, yeah,
drenched
yeah.
in
Yeah.
mayo, like it's,
I can't do the drenched in mayo. It's too much mayo. It's
much
like
mayo for
Curb
you?
Your Enthusiasm because you put too much mayo on your tuna salad.
Yeah.
It already has mayo.
Somebody's got to be the timekeeper here. We're at a minute. We're in over an hour.
So this is 2
here,
episodes.
so-
This is bonus. This is bonus footage.
Well, I could do some
You wanna get
picks,
some- we got
wrap
some
it up.
picks? We got some picks.
I got
coming
some
out of
good
the
ones.
We don't have a quiz. We don't have like an 80s pop culture
You
quiz.
know what? I'm
We get
working on
I-
another one. Don't
I
worry.
got my year one joke book. We didn't get to pull that out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we got one. Can you do one? We
Yeah,
could do
I'd rather
one.
hear your joke than my pick right
I
now.
want to hear picks. I don't even know what my book is.
Your
I
picks,
fe-
I'm going to make fun of your picks.
By the way,
Yeah,
Neil,
exactly.
I was going through photos and I found an old video from me at Laughing Buddha, and my God, not good,
Not good.
not good.
Yeah.
I had a whole my whole set was about this show This Is Us, and it was just so.
I feel like that wasn't too long ago.
It was like the first season. It wasn't good. It wasn't good, but it reminded me of the days you used to host. That's where I met you there.
That's where I met a lot of people.
A lot of good people.
A lot of good people. A lot of people that are doing very well right now. Maddie Smith, Nick Simmons, Caitlin Palufo,
Yep.
Ian Lara, Emma Willman, Ashley Gavin. Bonkers.
Is this anything?
A lot of talent.
Is this the thing? You know what? I really don't like. I don't like podcasts where they like just talk about comedy the whole time. Hey, you guys want to like hear a joke I wrote in 1987?
This is different from talking about the business of comedy. I'm talking. This is like potentially a humorous thing that we're saying.
You know, I'm into it.
This might not be anything.
It's just the hypocrisy.
I don't
Did
think
you hear that clip? I heard that. I saw that clip on TikTok today or
I
Instagram.
mean, it's my favorite Norm Macdonald joke.
Yeah, you ever hear that?
I don't know. What was it?
Patton Oswalt said to Norm Macdonald that the craziest part, the worst part about Bill Cosby's situation was the hypocrisy. And Norm Macdonald has 10 minutes about like, I think it's the raping and the drugging and the scheming and the. He's like, and then way down at the bottom, towards the end, second page is the hypocrisy. And then he does this whole thing about like this whole act out about like a girl going up to the hotel room and like getting like, passing out a little bit and like coming in and out of consciousness. And she's like, is that a Cosby dick? Hypocrisy.
That's great.
He says, because I think a lot of times you'll find that rapers are also hypocrites.
Yeah. No one's like, you know what I like about that guy? He's very honest about his raping.
I like the rape. Yeah.
There's a similar, not a similar thing, but Adrienne Appalucci, who you guys know is like one of my favorites. She has a joke
about
about.
The camera.
I mean, she knows. I gush every time I talk to her. I gush. She has a thing where she's like, someone was saying how bad blackface is, and she's like, I mean, it's bad, but if I got raped by a guy in blackface, I don't even know if I would mention the blackface.
She's great.
She's a fucking monster, dude.
All right, give us something.
So I saw a guy who was like in the middle of the mall at a kiosk, and he was selling like a language learning program. So I asked him, I'm like, well, what other languages do you speak? And he goes, well, I myself haven't had spent any time with the programs. But he was trying to tell me how easy it is to learn languages. But I'm like, you're sitting here all day with this program. I'm like, just watch it. While you're not doing anything, watch the program. But he's like, I only speak English. I just personally have not had the time to sit down with the program.
What if when you ask, like, that stuff comes later, but like, what if when you ask him, when he's like, oh, would you like to? And you're like, oh, what language? And he's like, oh, no hablo inglés. Like the one here, you're gonna figure out the one here.
Yeah.
Like the only sentence you learned was, would you like to buy Rosetta Stone? It's like you sit at this kiosk all day, you couldn't figure out like two more.
Yeah. Like
Two
the
more
follow-up
sentences.
question. Yeah.
Like you don't think I'm gonna ask you? You can't just like learn the word for Russian and German.
Yeah. There's probably 100 words you could learn and do this job pretty well. And
You're like, oh, what other languages do you speak? And he's like, sprechen Sie Deutsch. He has no idea what it says. But he just knows that
he speaks Spanish and German.
Yeah.
He doesn't English. He doesn't bother. Yeah. So I don't know if that's anything. But
that's very something.
Yeah, it's very something.
I feel like we just made it. Very
Anytime
good.
Neil's around, Neil will punch it up.
Neil's a punch up. Yeah, we were saying like even when we were talking
When we were talking about my joke, you guys.
I love. If I could just do that all the time, just to have comics around and a lot of times it's stuff that may not work on stage, but it gives you the confidence behind the joke to like try the stuff that does work, and so everything you say that you think is going to be hilarious
Writing rooms
might
are
not
probably
work.
fun for that reason, just sitting in their writing rooms and just bouncing jokes off each other.
Yeah, that's why I like AI, because I don't have to talk to anybody. I don't have to talk to you. I just bounce it off AI.
But you have picks.
Didn't you had the thing that had AI writes jokes right now?
Yeah.
No, come on, dude.
AI does it.
That's not good.
Does it
Unless AI's booking comedy shows, and then I love.
I love AI.
And then me and
So we should all
AI
do
go way back.
An AI open mic, you said, right? Was that the idea? From
I
last
think that'd be a
week?
fun idea.
It would be fun.
Yeah.
I can't. I can no longer support AI, dude. It's like too much.
It would be pointing out. It's not going to be like these are killer jokes. The joke is going to be like they're not good jokes. They're not funny. It's just fun. It's fun. When people say, "Oh, it was pretty good," it means like, "Oh, that's a sentence that like is a pattern that
it fits the joke criteria, but it's not really
But
funny.
you can't actually go up and
Let me
do
ask you
shit.
this. You have a joke that you thought of. It's your idea. You type it into AI and see what it gives you. It doesn't.
Yeah, but
It
it's
gives
still
you a different-
using. So that's like what the writer's strike is about. Is that it's not creating anything new. So what it's going to give back to you is you're putting into it, plus what other people have put into it. So this is already experienced information.
It's already seen.
Yeah. So like nothing new is coming out of it.
Of
So
course. yeah.
so it's like it's just like rearranging a Wikipedia article.
Yeah.
Like it's plagiarism.
Well, I have a,
But aren't people just going to, and then people going to be doing the same material, not even like somewhat, not even realize they're doing
Yeah,
something
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
else is
Yeah,
doing.
right.
Yeah,
Are
it's
people
just
going to be
plagiarism.
doing? I mean, I can't.
Yes, people do.
Yes,
Because
people
if they
are
can
gonna do
get
it.
likes
Yes.
and whatever for
Yeah.
it, they're going to do it.
Yeah. On TikTok and Instagram, I don't think in the clubs. I think in the clubs you can get booed out of town pretty
Right.
quick. And other comics are gonna be like, "Yo, fuck! I'm not booking this fucking dickhead."
Yeah. But how would you know?
You'll know. I think you'll know.
Yeah.
I think you'll
hope
be like,
so.
oh, that sounds like whatever, or like I've heard that 8 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even now with like meme stealing, like I'll tell a joke. If it's not a personal joke, if I post a non-personal joke, like I'll see it in a meme a week later. And it's like, you
yeah.
motherfuckers.
I watched the new Greg Warren special. Thought it was very funny.
I
But
like Greg Warren a lot.
In it, he told a joke that I had posted on TikTok a year ago. And when I told the TikTok, I'm like, I think that might be like a good bit. And it's like now it's rough.
Yeah.
You know, but so
Well, I mean, there's parallel
people-
thought. I'm
right,
not,
there's parallel
I don't
thought.
get mad at
So
parallel
not
thought.
everybody's gonna be like, oh, I heard that before. It's stolen
Yeah.
because I know I didn't hear him say that. And
Yeah,
I know he didn't.
And
see
there's
my,
a
I know
million
he didn't see my
comics, so
TikTok.
it's like, yeah, it's hard to be
Yeah.
like, oh, you know. And that's why I get like upset when people like the troll army kind of, where it's like you post a joke and the premise is a similar premise to like a bit on Modern Family. So it's like, you still live in Modern Family. It's like, no, it's a premise.
It's a premise.
And like, also that's like, whatever, dude. Like, I told
can't win.
there's 8 beats to my bit. They just walk past the door. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
come on, man. Like, whatever. Go bring that energy to the girl in a bikini lip syncing Nate Bargatze's bit without giving him credit. Go bring that energy over there.
That really.
That
bothers
What
kills
me.
about
me.
all the people lip singing, even songs of people you know, but there's still no credit on anything.
But
there's
the songs-
there's no original.
But the songs, the ASCAP and BMI, there's industry designed to go after. Like TikTok has to pay those artists because that music is being used.
Oh, really?
And-
Okay, that I wasn't.
No
aware.
one is paying comics. No one.
And they can identify the song just by listening to it. So
There's no
but you
Shazam
can't-
for, like, Nate Bargatze
jokes,
bits.
Yeah,
That's
Which
true.
is like, and my sister has been watching this podcast, which I'm very happy, or listening to it. But she always is showing me TikToks of people doing that, and I'm always like, oh yeah, it's a funny bit. But I'm always like, oh yeah, Tom Papa, like that's Tom Papa. Like, it's,
But it doesn't say anywhere
but
Tom Papa.
I always like tell her who the
Yeah.
comic was when I hear it. But like she doesn't care who the comic
They
was.
don't.
And I go,
A
And
lot
the-
of people don't.
And
Yeah.
the comments are all like, "Oh, it's so funny. I know this isn't her, but the way she's selling it.
Oh.
You don't think the fucking guy who wrote it is selling
Yeah.
it? Like,
Yeah.
yo, please, people, like, just
And I
have
understand the skill. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, it's really impressive. They hit every beat. Like they did that. They nailed that. Like that's a
go
talent in
home.
itself. But
Drown yourself.
But that's not. I'm
But
not.
you,
I don't.
you
I
shouldn't
don't have.
ride off somebody else's
Yeah, or
material.
at least credit
Like,
it.
credit
They
it.
credit
yeah.
them.
That-
But
do
there's
that for
no
credit.
credit
But those
going on.
meme
That's it.
people do
They
that too. I
don't
see
even-
them. I see them go out of their way to cover up watermarks. TikTok moves the watermark around, and then it'll have like 2 big sound on things,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Oh.
yo, why are you covering the watermark?
Yeah.
Who cares if someone goes and follows this guy?
Yeah.
Like you're the million
Yeah.
follower account. Who cares if
It-
someone goes and follows this person?
It mind boggles me how many millions of people, or how many people get millions of views off of just all their whole page is just regurgitating other things.
I had
They haven't spoken a word. Like
No-
sometimes you look through the
nothing's
page,
original.
like I want to hear this person's voice.
Yeah.
And you get
You
won't
won't
find
you
it. You
never
won't
hear.
find it.
I posted a meme account picked it up, literally covered my watermark with their watermark, and a bunch of people saw it and was like, "Yo, that's Neil Rubenstein's meme," like and like tagged
Yeah.
and whatever, and I emailed the guy or text whatever, DM the guy, and I was like, "Yo, man, like what the fuck? Like you can't credit me? Like why are you?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't know who the OC was," and I'm like, "You literally covered up my watermark." You
Yeah.
saw my like you can still see my watermark under your watermark.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you couldn't find the OC?
Gross.
You stole the fucking thing.
People just hope they don't get caught. That's all it is. You go out
No,
there
they
and
don't
hope-
even. They don't care if they get
Well,
caught
that's
because
the
there's
other-
It's
no.
not even in
there's
their-
no recourse. There's no repercussion. They get
Yes.
caught, and so fucking what? They already got the million views. They already got the million followers.
Yeah.
I've never heard
The-
the term OC before outside of
Original creator?
outside of the
Yeah.
rapper.
I thought it was OP.
Or OP, original poster, OC, original
Who
creator,
the hell was?
or CC, content creator, whatever.
DITC.
Yeah. It's like ENM, CNM, Poly, Swingers, whatever. It's
Yeah,
all
all
the
that stuff.
I want to hear some picks from you before we
Give
go.
us your picks, babe.
Yeah.
All right. So first one is that new movie that came out with Hugh Jackman and Laura Dern.
Yo, that is a huge act.
Hackman.
I didn't even see where you're going with that at first. I was like,
You didn't?
I told you. I went over.
Big
it.
fan.
Big
I,
fan.
Speaking of wordplay, can I went to this restaurant called Fauna today. And
Fauna.
I go, what if you were dating a girl named Kate and you wanted to ask her to go there? I'm like, you want to go to Fauna, Kate?
Let's go to fornicate, and then we'll go back to your place and fornicate. I do that with the Doors and the Doors
Yeah.
in a Long Island accent.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you hear the new Doors album? The Doors got a new album? No, Doors.
Yeah.
The Doors? I thought that guy's dead. The guy from Doors is dead?
It's good. It's a good Who's On. It's an idiot's Who's On First.
It's an
I don't know.
idiot.
The original Who's On First is the idiot's Who's On First, I guess. It's not a couple.
Yeah, no,
it's not a
no
couple-
one knows who.
not a
This
couple
is a
geniuses.
this is a deep cut. Who's on first? No one knows who Dawes is.
I know who Dawes is.
You know who the Dawes is?
Doors.
I like the Dawes.
I like the Dawes.
Yeah.
I don't really like the Dawes.
Okay, so you
I like Dawes.
What was this movie about?
So it's a film about the Dawes.
It's a
Starring fornicate.
starring Hugh Jackman and Kate Winslet.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman, Laura Dern. It's called The Son.
Laura Dern.
And it's it's about these divorced parents, and they have this son who's going through these like mental issues, and
It's
they
you.
don't know how to deal with him. And
Oh, yeah.
it's a crazy ending. I don't want to give away too much, but he lives with the mother. Then the father takes him. Then the mother wants him back. It's just neither one of them can control or really help this kid.
Okay.
It's a big mental
It's a drama.
It's a drama.
I'm not going
What
to be
a
able to
crazy
handle it.
ending.
No.
I couldn't handle the Dave episode where Gata comes out about his bipolar disorder.
Right.
I couldn't handle that. I was like, oh, I've done all that.
Did you watch?
I
watch
flipped
that show
out into Dick's
religiously?
Sporting
I
Goods
love
in my
that.
I'm
30s.
still on season 2.
I don't know how he's not more famous, but
Dave?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's unbelievable.
Like he's big, but he's not like,
Huge.
He's,
He's-
nowhere near as big as he should be.
Yeah.
Dude, he should have
He doesn't
eclipsed.
rap. He doesn't rap enough.
He
Like,
doesn't
put
enough. He
Why
needs to put
isn't there
more
an
out.
album
of the songs from this show.
My buddy said the same thing. Why doesn't he release that?
At least like a mixtape, like something.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Great show. I fucking love
Unbelievable.
that show.
Dave is very
There's
good.
a similar movie, not maybe very basically similar, about parents who have like a kid they don't know how to deal with because he's kind of like awkward. But the new Jennifer Lawrence movie coming out where like they pay
Hunger Games 4?
no these parents of this kid, they're like this weird kid who like just has no social life, so they pay Jennifer Lawrence to like fuck him and like just stay up.
yeah.
And of course it goes.
Well, that
you know,
looks funny.
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So it's
That
like that's like
does.
the comedy version of what you're.
Yeah, but this is not even like a weird kid. He's got severe mental depression
it's
and
severe,
issues.
right,
And
okay.
Oh, I
he
can't watch that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
rough. Wait, you definitely don't want to watch it.
right.
I'll watch it on the riverbank of the Tennessee River.
You know, it's fucked up. I kind of had like a mental health. That was my picks, like a theme. So Conway the Machine, who's one of my favorite current rappers, one of the guys from Gazelda, did a documentary on YouTube about it's called "Won't He Do It," and it's just about him because he has a lot of mental health issues, and it's just really about him dealing with it and how he's coped with it. Guy's been shot. He's got cerebral palsy in his face, like, but it's like a really cool
could
look
spit,
at
though.
him. What?
So he could spit
Oh,
though.
guy's unreal, but he's got like a lot of.
That's like the Benny the Butcher
insecurities.
crew.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do they all have like something the something?
Benny
Conway
the
the
Butcher,
Machine,
Conway
Benny the
the.
Butcher.
Brendan the condiment guy.
West Side Gun,
Philip the
there's,
pharmacist.
Boldy James. I love that. That's a great lady. Anybody
Who is? I ain't never heard of Jackpot Scotty West,
I don't know him either.
but he's on that Logic song.
Oh yeah, that right. Yeah.
Is that his
I
name?
never heard of him before
Jackpot
that.
Scotty
Yeah,
West.
I
And
think so.
I mean, I've never heard of him since.
I didn't even
then.
like register. I remember I just saw
Yeah,
that.
I
name.
haven't heard of him since then.
Yeah, I don't know him
It's a
either.
little too much name for me.
But why do they
I
have?
kinda like
so
that.
Logic has a song where he's got the whole Wu-Tang Clan on it, and then also this guy. Why?
Well, that was
Wait, did
probably
that
part
just
of the.
come out? Why
No,
did?
no.
no.
Well,
That's-
it's making its rounds again.
That was probably part of the deal. Like, so either like RZA produces him, or Logic produces
threw
him,
him in.
or the manager of Method Man manages him. It was definitely that was a favor, 100%.
Well,
and I
just
mean,
thought
if
they
listen,
Like
if
a
you're
way to
gonna
try
let,
to jumpstart him with a group that's going to get listens because you have all the Wu-Tang and Logic
listen, if you're
on
gonna
it.
have Capadonna and Master Kill on a track, you don't have room for another bad rapper.
Oh, stop.
Ah, come on! I love both
Capadonna, The
Capadonna
Pillage is
and
a
Master
classic
Kill.
album.
Yes. I'm just being a dick.
Yeah, Mexico's first album is.
Good.
I'll give it.
well,
I still think Master
Killer.
Killer is very good, but I'll
Yeah.
give him Master Killer before I'll give him Capadonna.
Killer
No,
Priest.
I don't-
How about
I
Killer
think-
Priest?
Killer Priest is awesome.
Yeah,
his
he's
first
fine.
album was good.
Sons of Man, right? I don't like Capadonna. I don't think Capadonna is
The
a very
Pillage
good
is a
rapper.
fantastic
But
album.
you know what it is?
I mean,
He's
better
got
than
a
me.
lot of
Better than me,
verses.
but I'm just saying.
He's better
Hey,
than
listen.
Street Life. You ever listen to Street Life?
I'm not
It's
a
like-
huge Street Life was all over their second album. I'm not a huge Street Life guy. And
Ding!
yeah, my third pick was the new Conor McGregor documentary.
I'll fook you up.
I hated Conor McGregor.
I'll
me too.
fucking
That's
kill
the
you.
only reason why it's a pick is because I watched it and I was like,
You like them now?
he's not a bit like I don't hate him.
You don't hate him.
Yeah, I
don't-
respect his.
Yeah.
I respect him a lot more.
Oh, I always liked
I
him
always
because he was
respected
Irish.
him. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. Listen, I respect anybody who goes in there and fights, but like, I just
I think his showmanship for me worked against him. Like I didn't like I think most of what he does is a character,
yeah.
and I just didn't like that character. I'm sure like
That's what it
I'm sure his
was.
regular guy is not a guy I would hate. I just
he's-
hated
and
In his
character.
personal
He didn't
life?
like his personal life. Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
it was
Hey,
just a whole new
Squirtle.
light. You got to see him in, and it made me like him. So
What's that on?
It's on Netflix. Somebody I
I started
I
watching
hated
it.
McGregor, and it made me like
Point
him.
at me. That was good.
I started watching it. I would like to watch that. I didn't hate McGregor.
I did. That's why. That's the only reason why I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. And I was like,
Are you a
I fucking
Nems
like
guy?
it. What?
Are you a Nems guy?
Who's no? Oh, I'm a big Nate Diaz fan.
No, Nems, the rapper.
No.
Oh.
I thought it was because we were talking about McGregor. I thought he was in there. No, I'm a big.
I don't know Nems.
Is it Nems? Nems?
Yeah.
Bing Bong, that guy?
Oh no.
Bing bong.
Yeah, doesn't he do Bing
Yeah.
Bong.
Yeah.
I'm a huge '90s Wu-Tang
This guy
Nas
sounds kinda
older,
90s.
and
This
then
guy's-
But I
I
feel
like
like he's a
Griselda
bit of a
because
throw-
they're.
But I feel
very-
like people who like Griselda.
I'll
a bit-
check him out. I haven't really. I
He's
might.
a bit of a
Nems.
throwback too, but I've tried listening to his album and something about it just didn't click with
Yeah,
me.
Yeah.
I'll give him a shot. I haven't. I'd be lying if I said I really listen. One
There's some
guy who I just
storytelling he
ran
does that I
into,
like, but in general,
who I never heard before, Simba. He's on like Instagram. I saw him.
from Lion
The
King.
Lion King.
I don't know.
Who's the dude from
dating Nala?
Costa? Fuck. It's the son of somebody.
Sam.
Ah, boy.
On that note,
All right.
guys, Neil, it was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Make sure you go.
Yeah. Let's promote that special one more time. Neil. He doesn't like to promote it.
No, now I'm in,
Can't think about that.
Oh,
With
wow,
this other
okay.
rapper.
I like. You know what? It's like I failed at
Serengeti?
the end
Yeah.
of the pod, and I don't have time to like save it.
No,
and
here's
so I'm
the
like,
thing,
oh,
though.
this is like a bad.
Now's your chance. Promote the thing, and you'll save it.
Yeah,
No,
it's
we're
a-
gonna leave him hanging. If you want more of that,
It's also you failed at trying to pull an obscure rapper. It's not a fail. It's like that's.
Well, yeah, but I said like I didn't like Capadonna, and you guys were like, oh, come on.
I don't love Capadonna, but I to me,
I'm not
I'm a
big
little
Capadonna
biased
guy,
because I'm a huge Wu-Tang guy, and
I'm a
I
huge
like
Wu-Tang
Capadonna.
guy.
I
Ding.
wish they would have put I wish they would have put Danny Brown on the song in place of ODB. To me, he's like the current, like the modern day.
Have
Okay.
you ever listened to Wu-Tang's kids? Like a few of them drew a Seventh Dimension
Yeah, yeah,
Wu-Tang
I
or
think so,
7
no.
OD.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good.
Young dirty bastard. I
Young
met
Dirty
him,
Bastard.
and also I did a post once that Ghostface Killer's kid looks like Ghostface Killer incognito, and Ghostface Killer's kid retweeted it, reposted
really-
it. Yeah. He commented on my thing with just like the looking eye, like
Yeah.
like
Yeah. All right. Well, Neil Rubenstein.
June 1st. We are recording in Montclair, New Jersey. It is free. There's a GoFundMe up to help me pay for production and editing and sound. And then we're probably going to put it out in mid-July if all goes well. Knock on brand new wood.
That's
On
for Micah.
brand new for Micah in the middle of July. We're gonna put it out in the middle of July, and then hopefully the vinyl will come out
Oh, I'm
On a-
buying the vinyl.
on a
You know
cool-
that?
Vinyl.
on a cool record label.
Hell yeah.
And I believe the Blu-ray is gonna come out on Enjoy the Ride
Blu-ray?
Records. Yeah, I'm gonna do a DVD.
That was a blue. Oh,
what's a
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray already. We've forgotten what a Blu-ray is.
Yeah.
I have forgotten what a Blu-ray
Wow.
is.
I think it's like it's throwbacky. It's just like a cool
I like it.
little thing I can
When
sell.
do laser discs?
That's what I was
Laser
thinking.
dicks?
When,
Laser dicks exist, dude. They're in
weren't they in the
space.
festival?
Yeah, laser dicks.
Laser
Yeah, they
dicks.
opened.
Yeah, they.
They were on the thimble stage at Adjacent. Laser dicks.
But that would be a cool thing because like I don't listen to these records. I only buy them because I want to support
Well,
the
that's
artist.
that's
so
the
I would
point
buy
of
a
the
laser
Blu-ray.
disc.
That's the point of the Blu-ray is we can do cool packaging.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
That's why people buy stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
I bought
Same thing with the vinyl.
I bought the vinyl you had for
It's the
last
7-inch,
time.
yeah. And it'll probably the vinyl will probably have like some bonus stuff, and the DVD will have bonus stuff, and the Patreon will get bonus stuff, but the
I
YouTube
can't
will
wait.
just be like whatever.
It's exciting.
I don't know if I'm on the Patreon.
You don't have to be. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Can I tell him what you told me about the Patreon? That he says he doesn't like to post on it a lot because he doesn't want to remind people that they subscribe to his Patreon.
That's hilarious.
and then he thinks they just forgot about it.
Listen, every time I post a video, one person cancels.
That's dude, because I feel like that when I post on like an Instagram or something, it's like, all right, I posted something and then I lose like 3 followers.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I forgot
Like
to
you
follow this guy.
remind
Fuck
people.
him.
It's like what is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this? Why do I follow this guy?
What is
Exactly.
this?
And then you
Ah,
check
the
to see if they're
amount of
following you, and if they're not, you delete them.
Yep.
You want
got
to
a
say
lot
like
of
I wish I had more confidence, but then shit like that happens. You go, yeah, I guess I'm right. Like I guess
Yeah.
I guess people
I'm
don't like
right.
me.
I know I'm right. I
Well,
know.
I did this joke. I'll just spit out before we leave. So I saw a guy riding a bike with his baby like attached to the bike, and I go, I want once in my life to have as much confidence as a parent bike riding with their baby
Yo,
attached
because
to
if
the
you
bike.
fall,
Just your kid's
that kid's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're called accidents. Like I've been on a bike and I've fallen. Like I didn't think I was gonna fall on the bike. You don't
go into it thinking like I'll probably.
fall.
I mean,
You know
I
why-
go into it thinking.
You know why I know I'll never be a parent? Because the first thing I thought about is if you have a baby on your back of your bike and you fall, other people driving by, like, are gonna be. I'd be so embarrassed.
to judge you for like
Yeah, and I wouldn't. I'm not worried about the baby hurting him. I'm worried about other people being like, "Look at that idiot and his baby rolling down the road."
rolling down the road.
I knew I was going to be a good father because once I walked into a public bathroom and I saw her changing, like a baby changing table there, and I thought I walked into the woman's room. That's not great. That's not because like all the women change diapers. Like
That is a thing to see.
I said that years ago. If you're thinking about like you've heard that before, that's
No.
that's probably in this book right
I forget if it was like. It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
here. Yeah. All right. Well, we're trying to close this thing out. I keep
Yeah,
stop-
well,
I keep
well,
stopping
listen.
it. We should,
It's
I should
hard
just
to
split it
close
up.
anything out when
Especially
was
when
gonna
the
say-
convo's going.
I was going to say going into this, we should just do 2-hour longs to
I
from
know.
the get-go. but
That's
it's
what I
done.
said. I said
we
it was
literally
a
should have
bonus-
started a half hour before we even turned the mics on because it's always a good. Like we just, I just like talking to Neil, and I only get to see you, like
And we hope that you like it as well.
And that's how we sign off.
If you made it this far,
if you made it this far, folks,
What if I start talking with a radio accent, a radio voice to close it up?
Do it.
Thank you so much, everybody. We've been here with the Adult Babies
Let's
podcast.
be
We've
an
had
adult
Neil
babies and the
Rubenstein.
boys. Thank you for listening.
You guys didn't say the
Dickhead
your
Radio.
end catchphrase.
ladies and gentlemen, we made it this far.
Exactly. All right,
And we're back.
and we're gone.